was welcomed in New York City by office boy from NBC. And I remember he looked up at that huge train and he said, you know, this would make a good series. Whatever happened to little Freddie Silverman? You know, he was... Anyway, we're glad you're here tonight. We've got a wonderful show for you. First of all, I want to thank, before we start, I want to take the opportunity to thank you, the viewing audience, for making all of this possible. We really couldn't have done 17 years without you, because you recognized the Tonight Show for...
Okay, I didn't show what Anthony Patton.
The intelligent alternative to foreplay.
Right.
Later on, we're going to talk about the new television season and show you some of the programs that did not make it all the fall season, some of the new pilots that didn't get on, and then, as you saw in our opening billboard, we have a lot of famous sketches that we've done over the past 17 years. Thank you for coming. We're going to be right back after this.
Yes.
Why isn't her live button on? Why isn't her live button on? She's live streaming. What the Sam hell's going on here with this dead bitch?
What's happening this season? Sure. Before we get to a retrospective.
So there's a lot of pilots made. Some do not make it.
Well, all the shows that are on. Here are some listings from Television Guide that described in the new season. Buck Rogers, you know about that? In the 25th century, finds Buck up to his old tricks with stun guns, lasers, and lovable robots. New show called Heart to Heart.
Right, George.
Stars Robert Wagner and Stephanie Powers as a wealthy San Francisco
I can't baby, I'm on my phone.
with the slightest whiff of adventure.
I mean, this is her investment, whatever.
Out of the blue.
And the same email that she uses.
Who tells one-liners, plays a guitar instead of a harp,
Right.
and loves the Chicago
Hold on a minute. The same email that she uses, y'all, is the same email that's on this.
That's set in Atlantic City gambling casino. It's about the hotel's house detective and his 13-year-old son who solved crime.
I don't know. Lady.
Trapper John, M.D., about a surgeon in a big city hospital who must contend with a cocky young doctor who parks his motorhome in the hospital lot. Oh, these are real shows, folks. Working stiffs about a pair of blundering nincompoops who work as janitors in an office building where they harass the manager.
Well, see, that was what confused me, okay? Or 28, because I read this a long time ago.
Robert Conrad is a stylish.
Okay, and that's what I want to talk about. That's why I showed
Shirley. Star Shirley Jones. Good thinking.
And let me explain to you why I showed it.
Shirley. As a widow with 4 kids, a new kind of family.
Is that this has been on
divorcee, and her daughter share the house expenses and problems.
Okay.
The Lazarus Syndrome, about a cardiologist and newspaper reporter who team up to run a hospital.
Now, the first thing that I think
the New York City
about
Police Department's chief of detectives.
is
those are just some of the real.
When you say you're an investment advisor,
they probably make how
what's that sound like to y'all?
100, maybe 1,000. Those are the ones that got on the air.
Honestly,
we
what
have
does that sound like?
pictures from pilots that did not get on the networks this fall, and it's really kind of a shame because some of them are really wonderful.
Really winners?
Yeah. For example, here's one here, a show called Tokyo Rosenthal. This was about a World War II drama about a Japanese radio
That's the same photo she gave me when Jasmina showed a picture that she said wasn't her. She gave me that picture.
This is a public affairs show called 60 Seconds.
Investment
Here we've
advisors
seen
do
in-depth
what,
interview with
y'all?
the president of the Chrysler Corporation. Putting there on the right. You know, television has done several biographies of famous people, famous women, notably Babe Dietrich and Zaharias and Amelia Earhart.
I know him.
This one was called Dolly
Sounds
Parton
like
the
she
Early
should
Years.
be good with money, right?
From the studio that brought you The Incredible Hulk,
She also
now
said she
comes
was not for
the
a
unbelievable
profit
rabbi.
person. Really?
This is about a rabbi who forces himself between
T.E.
newlyweds and refuses
Say that again for the people in the back.
to make their
Rob you
marriage
of your money. That's
until
right.
they say something nice about his hat.
They are advisors.
Here's a warm family series about a bachelor presidential aide and his relationship with the White House secretarial pool. Hamilton Jordan stars in 88 is not enough.
Invest other people's
This book didn't make
right?
it.
Not their own.
Here's a science fiction series about a mad woman scientist
And
who clones hundreds
it's
of
on a
little
free
Gary
site.
Colemans.
That's right.
And then,
That's our
and
free
then buses
website,
them to the
okay?
Osmond Family
A
School.
free website that I could make yesterday.
Here's what I kind of
These
like.
people bash
Little
me.
house on the construction site.
You've done nothing different than
Story
dying.
of two wacky carpenters who
About
liked to dance for
Jasmine.
soft shoe in front
Yeah,
of
I'm
the
gonna
porta
get
potty.
to that.
I was turned down. This PBS special didn't make it. The 6-part biography of
These
Madame
people can bash me all day.
discoverer of the first
Right. No, I
deposit.
write. So for somebody that
Here's
that
a
knows
show called
money
Who's
apparently
Next? A game
is
show
a
setting
financial
Iran.
advisor, one would think the seat should be the person should have, right?
In the tradition of last season's Mrs. Colombo,
Like she
Mrs.
would have a
Kojak.
whole academy. What do you think? Denise, say it.
Another detective show called Barnaby Bones.
Say it one
About
more
a
time,
detective
Denise.
that's so old that he makes a citizen's arrest of himself. Kind of tragic.
Sounds like time travel, doesn't it?
A war picture, a movie or series called They Squatted to Conquer. It's a little known World War II story about a company of Nazis who invade Poland while doing very bad impressions of Groucho Marx. From the producers of The
Legally
Incredible
speaking,
Hulk,
what? Because I
in
know
this
the
pilot
law.
about a man who
And I
loses
know
his
what I
temper and
just
turns
did.
into
That's
a
right.
giant
I'm
banana
honest.
called The Incredible Fruit.
Why did you do that, Stress?
Here's a show about students at a mortician school that didn't get on called One Day at a Tomb.
Tessa.
In the first
Why are
episode, they
people
scheduled a
timing
mass
her
burial
out?
but forgot to order the coffins. See them carrying people there with them coffins. Now here's a segment that 60 Minutes will not be airing. About a terrorist group called the YLO, the
You
Youth
lost
Liberation
mine.
Organization. And here two women look at a machine gun they use
Say
to
it
force
again,
their sons to
people
eat
back.
chicken soup.
Didn't get on.
Didn't get on. Television
No,
does do
T.E.,
drama.
you're right on the money.
Yes.
They do drama
Yes,
except
you can say that.
they've done outstanding works adapted from literature such as I, Claudius, Tale of Two Cities. This was a lesser-known masterpiece called A Hatful of Ralph. Okay.
That's
We
what I
gotta
said.
get going now.
For somebody to be a financial
We always
advisor.
say it's unfortunate we do not have things as early as we'd like, but the tapes were destroyed or erased or
Right.
whatever. But
Okay, that's
one
all right,
thing
Tessa.
about
Okay,
doing
I just
shows,
want to
you
make
never
sure
know
it
what
was,
would happen. One night we had Dom DeLuise, Burt
for
Reynolds on the
somebody to be
same
a
show.
financial advisor,
It
one
was a
would
really
think
dignified
the
show.
first
It was
thing on her mind would
Ralph
be a
Richardson
receipt,
and Laurence Olivier would have been booked.
period.
Watch what happened. Here's Dom and Burt Reynolds. Famous
You see these
state.
eggs? And when I say trade,
So if that's true,
the eggs are going to go in the glass. Yes. Okay.
let's say that this is true. That's what
What are you talking about?
I'm connecting dots.
All right. I don't have to do it that way. All right, just a moment. All right, he, watch it. Just watch it. Okay, just a moment.
Why is it so hard? They hold on to the seats. They advise people. They investigate.
Here it goes.
So she's okay. Let's so they could establish starter companies, good ideas, and get people together with people we think might realize the prospects and possibilities of our clients. They are an investment advisors. Right, I know. I understand that. I work with security. I do. But here's the thing. investment advisors are supposed to always have a secret. We're gonna pay the numbers in it. 6,800. Thank you. That's not right. That was not what it wasn't the right opposite, because that's
I hope if it gets warm in here, I'm an omelet.
That's the person that gives them the trust. She did lose this.
What? Oh, good heavens. You guys are bananas. Wait, let me take bananas on quick. Over there. I did a quality sketch. I mean, did you see my eggs went right in? They did. And then you start putting it right here.
I didn't do it.
In the garage.
Yes.
How am I going to explain this to my wife?
That's all.
We did one. And then
Cholesterol in your
Good night.
shots.
I'm trying to, what I'm trying to show you is that.
Wait, wait,
Is
be
that-
suspicious when you get home.
never.
I don't know what Pratt. There's something about eggs.
Let's get more.
You get the next
Never when you came on. You just really.
You were sorry.
Business there.
What eggs?
Yes. I have to reach for my keys.
Now stay with me here. And pay attention to what I'm saying. This is what she says she does for a living because she has said it. That's what she said the other day on her live.
Over here is a
She
surprise.
talked about it.
I'm not worried about my keys.
Why the fuck did she have a secret donation to a children's hospital?
I hope the show doesn't travel.
Well, okay, that was a lot of fun.
Sure.
Would you welcome?
And y'all better listen to my words. Because that's this is all like a whole little picture here.
There
Okay?
you go again.
You're an investment advisor. You damn well know that you should have every receipt for every single stinking dollar you get put in your hand. Why don't you have it? Why do you not share it? That's the first thing you say. When somebody asks you for a receipt of where their fucking money goes, you give it to them. And you know that because of what you do for a living, man. You see how that works all together? They move money. Okay? I can't read the channel but investment advisors move money from one investment to another investment. And they get paid to do that. All right. This is for profit. Okay. I don't know who said she
The
wasn't
true grown
a
man.
for profit person, but she's a profit. At the end of the day, nobody truly knows who Diane is because y'all never seen her face. And that's the whole reason why I showed y'all that picture. God, just let me finish. Okay? Y'all can say it's not Diane, okay? How the fuck do you know you can't say it? You can't see it.
True grown man. For the people who don't get to watch the Tonight Show, we want to show you that we do some esoteric, high-class comedy from time to time. You know, rather subtle. Now, later on, a few weeks, a couple of months later, was, I think, Sally Fields came on the show.
It's not like I was showing some great
And it's
secret.
easy to see why they get along well. I didn't know what she was going to do that night. In fact, I hardly knew her. But we'll show you what happened with Miss Fields when she showed up.
Says she looks like anybody.
But I know you and Bert, I mean, when you guys get out, you go a little crackers
Yes, we
and you have such a good time. But I, being this short, I mean, cute little woman. And
Pixie.
Pixie, and you would feel uncomfortable being this gentleman that you are, doing any of that physical kind of fun shtick stuff with me. You know, it just wouldn't work
Give
out.
me the hell about it. And say that I doxed somebody.
But-
that I
No,
didn't
she's
dox.
got it.
Now,
Hey, and that was-
I feel that
and by the way, that's not her husband.
when you're really, I mean, you like to work off of this kind of stuff. I mean, you're pleased when you get your teeth into some physical shit. Now, I know that it isn't fair because I'm this little short woman and you can't really, it can't be fulfilled because you can't come back at me with anything wonderful. Like, for instance, if I went,
I don't know who it is. I'm just trying to make y'all understand why I did like I did, okay?
I mean, there's nothing you can do. I mean, I'm short, I'm cute, I'm all that. I could come over here and I could.
I know when I get married, I would want my son.
I could do that, you know. And I mean, there's no way. That you could actually, you know, I mean, we couldn't really get into it. You know what I mean?
What'd you say?
I mean, it's difficult.
Crazy.
I mean, I'm
It's so sweet to you.
Yeah, I know.
Bert told you
Yeah, you said
that this
you
would be
loved-
cute.
He said you would love even if I went, you know. How you were smashed tonight. You were
Let
smashed.
me explain something. Bert may have misinformed you. I think so, because
Yeah, I hope he wasn't wrong.
I didn't know that. I don't know. Yeah, I've seen this happen before. That's how I do the picture. It's not about now, as far as the other person, nobody knows. The only person that can prove that that's not Diane.
you do have some gentler things for
Realize there are people seeing this show for the very
Fuck
first
your
time
hair.
tonight that never step away
Yeah,
to
we
sleep.
probably think we're always mad. We have some
There are moments when we are.
we
in
have some
control.
quieter comedy coming up for you later on. We got a lot of great people. We're going to repeat the great Jack Webb Dragnet sketch. We have the Barroom Brawl. We have Mr. Ed Ames with us tonight. We have Jimmy Stewart. A lot
You're
of people.
saying that
First, we're going to do this commercial. Then we're going to come right back.
Oh.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you. Doc and NBC Bank. Now, this
Thank you,
anniversary
Ted.
show would not be complete without an appearance by that great visitor from the East.
Got your nose.
The all-seeing, all-knowing, all-telling, all-omniscient, famous seer, sage, soothsayer, and former cultural attaché to Sheriff Lobo.
Oh, I don't care what they
Karnak,
say. That
the
can say whatever.
Magnificent.
That shit is so old right now. That's like old. That's old. Like, I'm not the first one to put that out. Come on, man. That shit was sent to me. Remember, yeah, I looked it up, though. Let me tell you why I looked it up. The doctors put on info that it's not public knowledge. One's number and address is public. Thank you, Bob. Thank you. I just want to make sure y'all know I didn't dox him.
Very often on this show, we will have guests on, and
Hey,
something
Dan.
very important guests. I will say Sinatra or Bob Hope will be with us.
I mean,
Bob, I don't think he stayed through one show. That was the
Oh,
Dean
yeah,
Martin,
Jamie?
George Goebel show, and we'll play you an
Where'd you
excerpt.
get
She got that damn money sign on.
oh, okay, so
Very
you
funny
said
segment.
you
Then I
seen the
usually
rest
get
of
up
the
and say,
picture,
well, I have
Diane.
to leave. I'm shooting a film in the morning.
Of course, the
And
chat
they
is
leave.
fake that
They
goes
can't stay
with
for the
it,
whole show.
I don't
One night I
know.
get from
except
Steve Martin.
for USA
So,
All
yeah.
Day
He was a guest.
and Jennifer
Here's
Yeeke.
People wanted me to show it. Then you do it, and
Yeah.
people
Look,
cry
I wish you
for
good luck on the
sakes.
special. I understand.
Not to me,
Yeah, I
Happy.
had to be somewhere to be.
That's a bot.
I have to rehearse.
I know. Well, figure when I know you're doing a movie.
Oh, you're just
Yeah.
showing
So
off
write
the
a direction.
pictures
Back in
live.
2018.
That's good.
So you can see what she
Anything that I
looks
show
like.
that look
Thank
promoted
you.
like
Thank you very much.
because I don't need you to give me. I'm not going to say.
It's on every one of my chats.
She's 62 years old.
Wonderful.
That I didn't.
Funny guy. Steve Martin.
That woman got pictures of 62 years old. I don't want people to think I was trying to do something sneaky or underhanded. I was trying to paint a picture here, okay? I've seen been talking for a little while. Okay, this fine. At the end of the day, nobody knows the truth. Yeah, maybe that's the site she's talking about. I've been looked up 627 times. Yeah.
I see all the big stars come on, man.
That's my point. Who's seen her to know? Nobody's seen it. Nobody's seen her, so nobody knows what she looks like. So how can you even tell me I'm doxing the right person? But however, did she or did she not dox a woman that she said was Jasmina and turned out it wasn't her? Did she just do that like 2 months ago?
Okay. Maybe right here, you can write on Tom Snyder. You're right there. I know how you feel. That's sweet of you. We'll do this. We'll be right back. You'll still be here. Okay, don't leave.
I'm just,
Now later
let's
on.
be
Later
clear
on.
about it now. God damn it.
Is the children of San
Did she or did she not
No.
show a woman that was not Jasmina?
Then it opens in February.
Look,
Yes or
it's a
no?
big night for you, and I thank you for coming tonight.
Black history.
That was a dog. Okay? Let's talk about the dog. So, let me ask you all something. Miss Kelly's up there taking up somebody who knows what it is.
A gentleman now who's been on the show.
Did you ask her? Why did you dox Jasmine? Or did y'all accept it because it's fine? So, if you accepted it and I saw you all accept it,
You don't have any question to go with?
yo, bring your ass up here. You hear me? Ask. You hear me? Y'all better press with you because I'm going to change all of it. I'm done with the parents. I'm done. Fuck all of it. You're not the same.
Tony didn't have any place to go either. And
The idea, that's right.
I just figured you would be out doing another interview plugging the picture, but
Then,
please stay.
let's not forget that she also said that she was on an FBI watch list, right? She went to Making Lemonade, whatever. Her website, her YouTube channel showed that woman, and then looked her
Yeah,
up
you
and
did
said
that
her
for St.
name
Michael
was
Steve
Julie.
Martin did it,
Right.
and then
Isn't that correct?
did you see the look on Steve's face when I said goodnight to Tony Quinn? Like he was very.
Did she or did she not do an IP address?
Tony told me
Yes,
before,
sir.
he says, I'm going to do that. But the look on Steve's face, he says, I don't. He turned to me and Steve says,
Did she or
I don't
did
think
she
he
not
wants to
show
leave.
Midwest and Mary's IP address? Yes or no? One or two in the
Lord knows
chat.
there are enough commercials
One or
on
two in the
television
chat.
year after year, and some of the same ones. And we always have this feeling that
Y'all better
we
pull it
like to
together
present
because I
commercials
remember everything.
so people can get certain hostile feelings
I
out of
know
their
some
system.
of it.
And
I know they
we
do.
resort, frankly, to pies.
So y'all can sit there and
Which is
act
a
like she
comedy
didn't do that
staple
shit.
that's gone back, I guess, since the first
Because I
pie
can
was
show
ever
you
baked.
that she did.
So here's some commercials.
Because she gave me the same
Like
information.
Darling, you look sensational tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you, sweetheart.
I have never seen you look more handsome, so macho.
I'm glad you noticed I got my new suit on. You know, we ought to have a great
I
time.
didn't call you Ash, Doc's Paradise.
Ring around the collar.
I'm not talking to you at all.
Pie in the face.
Sir,
At the
how
end
do
of
you
the day,
spell really?
She doxed a
Although
woman
I
that
spell
was
relief, I spell it
Yeah.
R-O-L-E.
Hi.
So anything I know is irrelevant. Because they're in the hospital. I can't say the doctors. So stop preaching. And she talks to a woman that didn't have a
Thank you, Payne Weber.
I believe,
I'm Catherine Janelle.
not only that,
As a modern woman,
You don't look like her.
okay, honey, well, I'm sorry. I
I dare you to knock this battery off my shoulder. Come on, I double dare you.
and that's okay. He said, how can you?
And then for just a minute. I just want to say a few words about.
And let me ask you something else. If we're going to go back on memory lane for a minute, didn't she show the woman's picture that Jasmina said was dying? Well, she knew that it wasn't her. She showed that innocent woman's picture, did she not? She just called in the eyes, right? You remember that?
Who cleans that up?
Dolly Parton
Yes
is
or no?
one of our favorite guests on this show, and she kids
Because I know she did it because
One
I
night
remember
I could
Kit
not
Kat
resist
saying,
something to Dolly.
please
that I
stop doxing. That's what she
Probably
said.
everybody in the country has wanted to say.
So
at one
she
time or
showed that
another.
lady's picture and kept
so here's one night
that
Dolly
picture up there on the
did.
screen.
People make jokes.
These people
about
aren't
this, you said,
even
but you make
on
more
YouTube at
comments
all,
about
ever.
yourself and the wigs and the clothes and costumes than anybody else, right?
Well, I do it because
And Diane showed that picture.
There's a lot of jokes.
She's ever bothered
So
with
please
you?
stop telling me they don't dox over there. They don't go real life over there. They never do any dirt over there. They are dirty as the day is long.
On the road.
That's why I don't really give a shit what they say about me because I'm still better than them.
Good friends of mine, they do jokes like, one act, there's, do you know what's worse than a giraffe with a sore throat? And they say, no what? And the answer is Dolly Parton with a chest cold.
So she's putting on that
You
guy.
have to get used to it.
I know they-
Is that what you had a couple of weeks ago when you couldn't be here? Was
They're
it-
not allowed to.
Chest cold? I didn't
No,
know.
I only had the flu then. I just couldn't be here. But then
They
there
put
are
a
other
special
jokes. Mel
needs
Tillis, I know
woman
you've had him on the show.
for
He
days.
used to be
What?
Well, they used to do a joke, and he was one of the first people.
No,
that I
egg
saw
blood
do
types don't get
Dolly
much of
jokes.
that.
And he said,
Like ever.
one night, he said, stopped in the middle of his show and said,
Johnny's an egg
oh, I
blood
see
type.
you have
You know what's
Dolly
what's
Parton
her
in the
because it was
audience
voice,
tonight." And
honey.
everybody turned around, everybody was looking at Paul, and he kept looking at me and he said, oh, I'm sorry, that's two bald-headed men sitting together. But that's Mel Tillis.
That's now you see.
After you
I
get
did.
them so raw as that, then
I
you
did.
kind of get used to it, and then
I'm just trying to tell y'all in the scheme of things here, like,
you have to get used to it.
Have you always been rather,
no, I haven't.
what do they call that when you grew up in Tennessee?
I
Exotic,
can't say.
healthy?
Healthy, I guess.
And I know about the whole Rebecca thing.
Bosomy.
Wasn't it?
I know about a lot of things that they don't know I know about.
But,
But I know about them. I've never spoke on them because really it's irrelevant to me at this point. But it all kind of comes back full circle, doesn't it? Because what you put out in the world
I would
always comes back to
I
you.
would never, you see, I would not.
I'll tell you what, things are
I have certain
If you
guidelines,
put dirt and ungodly things
but I would give about a year's pay to peek under
and
that.
bad behaviors out in the world, that means it slaps you in the face when it reaches there. And this is what's going to happen. And she's not going to play something because she doesn't have to. Somebody's going to pay for it. Because no one's in the way to see her face. Much less have a suit, right? So she thought she had a cakewalk
New
until
products on the
finally
market.
somebody had enough.
Here's a toy.
And that was Tiffany Marie. Whatever her, listen, let me tell you something. Whatever Tiffany
You put the
Marie's
ball,
reasons
basketball players
were,
had, here you have a simulated
Okay.
backboard and a little net.
shut everybody
Creating
face.
a child.
Yes. And a little pole.
Why is it that they can call anybody out they want to? Talk about them all day long. Like they're lower than trash,
And he missed the bat.
that they can't adhere to the same rules that they have put out when you
It's not easy. This is for a little child. Little child. This is not for a grown adult male person.
can't do that in the real world.
May I try?
I'm not gonna let you
What?
do it.
Could I try?
I'm fed up with it now. It's not even my business.
You can play.
You know why I made it my business? Because I knew you didn't go lie. Once I realized you didn't go live, it was over.
I thought it was easy, didn't you?
It's a done deal. You're a liar.
Make me
You're
look simple.
scamming these people. And
I just think we'll get it right now.
well, you better shut me up.
I almost had it. I almost get one. You had 3 shots.
Ah, come on, it's got to be easier than that. Anyway, this is made by this for about 3 or 4 year old children who know how to operate this thing. They'll sink 80 baskets in a row. All right, let's see what else we have here. This is a cannon.
Very good.
What?
Very good.
Well, I mean, this is a working cannon. This is called Winchester model. This is based on an actual replica
Jack's
of
supernatural.
the 1898 signal cannon. Well, except they didn't have the radial tires, of course, in those days. Now, what you use these for, you know, if they start yacht races,
Right.
Warrior
let's see,
kids.
so it's got a lanyard. Isn't that what you call that?
Right. Lanyard's here.
This opens up.
I'm not doing anything.
Well, get your hand off my lanyard.
I've never touched your lanyard.
Then you take these like shotgun shells, and these what, a half load? You can put a full load in there, but it makes a hell of a racket. You've heard these things at football games?
Right.
They use them at football games to signal the end of the game because they fire this when you see the referee fall.
Then you know.
The game is over. Now you can go as far away as you want to, and I'm going to back up a little bit.
Okay, no. Wait, let's try the full load.
Wait a minute.
See, that was a half load?
I have an idea here.
Okay.
Let's see if that.
Wait a minute.
That's calm.
Put that down first, yeah. Watch out.
Woo. Wouldn't sink any baskets, huh? Hey, dummy. Right. All right. Next segment you're going to see is the night that I come back to work after Don Rickles had guest hosted the show. And this was completely spontaneous, off the cuff. Don happened to be next door doing CPO Sharky. And I found out that it busted something here on the set. So we paid a visit. Watch.
She was on the couch.
What the hell happened to this?
Yeah, she just was scared. That's all.
As long
She
as
was
you
having a
you see
nightmare.
what
And
happened.
she
You know
fell
how
off
well
the
I've had the cigarette
couch.
box on this desk?
You brought that up from New York State.
I brought this
Right.
from New York. What on earth?
It happened last night.
Ooh.
I do love
Rickles.
her.
I didn't see the
Don
show
Rickles
last
did it
A lot of
last
people don't realize really what I had to go through to
night.
go
No,
with
Don
her.
Rickles did it
And,
last night on the show.
so when I saw people calling me a dog abuser and things like that, that really fucked with me. She doesn't have seizures. She does need bubble wrap. Truth. I need bubble wrap because it takes a lot. It just scares me half to death.
I haven't broken that box.
Don Rickles
I love
said
her with my
he
whole
thought he
heart.
was having a
For
fit,
real.
you know, and
How could you
I'm
tell?
sorry. I'm just stressed out. It's upset me.
How could you tell?
I just hate it for her. You know?
I just saw him in makeup.
I just
getting
hate
ready
it for
to
her.
Take that FPO
Oh boy.
or whatever.
She has a REM sleep
CPO
disorder.
Shirky.
I don't know. He told a joke and it didn't go well, and he got upset. And he didn't remember.
You see him?
He hit it. He hit it with
Is
his
he
hand.
taping out? What?
Lady T, unhide her. Somebody unhide
I
Lady T.
think Josh
Can I
Sargent.
get over there?
Say something.
Can I get over
She's
there?
fine. Come here, baby. Thanks, Gordon. It's okay, baby. Go get some water.
Be right back.
Hold on.
follow me.
It's a
Is he in
smile.
studio? Are they taping?
Look, it's too little bit.
Are they on the air?
Come on.
I don't give a damn if they're on the air. Rickles. Rickle, hold, stop the taping. Stop the taping. Somebody broke my cigarette box.
Right. When my hair's in the clip, I need business from you. That's so true. No. Honestly, what I need is like a memory foam to go on the floor by my bed.
I've had for 9 years. My box is broken. They told me you broke it. On
It's
the
okay,
show
baby.
last night.
It's okay. It's okay. Until you spray my name. Well, that's what I need, like a memory foam, like I can put on the side of the bed she sleeps on, so when she falls. Gee, she fell asleep. It was an accident.
No, I was just sitting around waiting for a name.
So yeah,
The
it's
show
okay.
to come in. Did you?
Lady Beekeeper's in here.
Yes, I did.
She didn't hide it, but she's done hidden already.
About 9 years. I brought this on from New York.
It was an accident.
That is very expensive. It's a darn shame. I
Yeah,
think
the
it's a
dog
Tony
is-
Randall for a wedding gift. I want to know.
Yeah,
I
she
wanna
would
know.
bump it, I think.
Plan to do
Yeah.
about this.
So I need to.
Why you wrap your hand in it? What do you want from me? No, I'm sorry to come
Like,
on
I
and
can't
interrupt your
catch my
show. When
breath.
I saw this, I got so incensed.
She was so scared, and that upsets me,
What do you do? I'm just punching away here with 6 people
Anyway,
trying to stay alive.
My whole point to all this
Millions
is
of
that
dollars? What
if
are you
you're
doing
not,
with the money?
if you're not gonna stand by what you say you believe, it scared me too, Frank. If you're not gonna stand up for what you tell other people that they have to stand up to,
If the
then
show goes like the others, you're out of
in the
work
eyes of
January.
most of us at this point,
Good things, February.
Something to be princess. Wonderful lodge, wonderful, beautiful X-ray of your
I don't know what else to
Look,
say other than
I didn't mean to interrupt your taping here.
if you
because I know
lied about
you're
one thing,
making
you
manic
lied about
sane.
something.
You know, your position today, you really are one of the
And at the
biggest
end of the
guys in
day,
business.
if you're a financial advisor,
Next Christmas, I'm gonna make sure.
you
a
know
tree
all about
drops on your
finances.
head.
You know about finances.
No, but I'm sorry about the box.
You should have those donations and what you donated in a spreadsheet.
So much.
Certainly. No,
Serious
no, don't humble yourself in front of these people.
Because at the end of the
Don't
month,
humble yourself.
say,
I want something back. Okay, carry on.
He's in his
Carry on.
dress.
Is that not right? Yes, I believe it's so. Why can you not just lay that up there? Because I know you have the email. Stop it.
We do a commercial. All right, we'll do a commercial and then.
You know why you haven't done it? Because it's not going to equal up to what you receive. That's why.
Oh, Jolly Green.
Okay, Tessa, good night.
Show us your niblets.
Toxic, like, why do you not do it? Exactly, Clippy. QuickBooks is your friend.
Everybody, yeah. You don't have to be too good. Everybody's a frustrated singer. I think.
But here's the thing.
One night Steve Lawrence was on the show, and
Hey?
this is what happened.
One called to St. Jude and they'd send them to her. But why should they send them to her again? She gets them at the end of every month. I know she said that on the live stream.
Watch out.
That's a song that I could do.
So
John who?
when she gets them at the end of every month, okay, this is 3 years now, okay? Why at the end of the month have you not shown any of it? Because that's what you said you were going to do. Okay.
You must remember.
So basically, what you've shown the whole entire community
That's
is
what
that
sent
you don't even stand up to your own rules that
You
you've
had
made
right. Yes, you want to have my.
and made
You
and
want to,
people
and you
speak
do
to
it
the
practically
Father,
on
right?
except for the piano.
Everybody else has to
Right?
do a
When
big
you then the strings come in.
The strings sneak in
It's a
nice,
whole-
and then they build to a
It's a
big.
whole attitude.
Yes.
You stand there and coach me.
I'll-
Give me just the
Yeah,
little
just
I
just
like
know.
you did.
If I had been in this
Introduction of all of
community
us.
longer than I have been, I would have
Do you want
already
to go
known
through
what
this?
you're talking about.
Open up the
You got
curtains.
practice.
Does this mean I have to do the hunting sketch?
That's right.
Because there's people like me out here that are real. I can't stand a lot. I also can't stand somebody who's standing three people out there. And I really truly believe this is good. And I was fair and impartial during this whole thing.
You see, now right away you laugh. You
Did
see,
not show up.
it's their attitude. You see, they're laughing because I think I'm going to be funny.
I'm not going to be funny. I'm
To
going to sing
Maybe
the
they
song.
know something you don't.
The very
To admit that you did anything
the song starts out.
It's very clear.
It's
and
very
to have
clear.
to
Our
show
love
your
is
face
here to
for
stay.
yourself to the people that has cared about you. That's how you pay all these people. So,
Forever and ever.
that's all I'm saying.
The radio and the telephone and the movie
Johnny doesn't say.
make us be
Can I ask y'all one more question? Because I'm confused. Robert Stellar said something that really stuck in my head about it all. He said it's supposed to be a celebration when you raise money like that for a charity. I was fair when y'all were ready for me to drive. Y'all were begging me to drive. Fuck her the long way. That's right, Chris. Fuck her the long way. Now drag me again over there and see if I don't drag you to some more.
may crumble, Gibraltar may tumble. They're only made of clay.
I know that we need to start. I know that she is. Who's Blue Ridge? They should be singing it from the rooftops. For someone, okay, let me ask you one more thing. I appreciate it, Thompson. Okay, come on. Listen, she's been a private donor. I wish she was okay. Wouldn't she be proud of it? Right. She'd be proud of it, right? Say that again, somebody. Personally, think someone with experience would find it easy to scam. Do you know why she found people easy to scam? Because these women in this community are middle age. Some are really hungry. Some have lost their husbands or significant others. Or have some type of hardship. And she feeds them.
It's the 17th anniversary of
She
The
feeds
Tonight
them.
Show, starring Johnny Carson.
She also feeds them. Some that are new.
This is Epic Man on the
She never really stands
The
up and
NBC
like,
Orchestra inviting you to join Johnny with some highlights from the past.
because I've allowed her to drag me. So I never really dragged me. Because I did have some of this stuff. And I did some fucked up shit. Okay? I have.
George Goldman,
But it was in response to fucked up
Bob
shit.
Hope, and Dean
See what I
Martin,
mean? So it's not like I just went out and did some fucked up shit.
Steve Martin,
So, I mean, y'all can say whatever you want to about me. But one thing I've always held is myself accountable for my stupid ass actions. That's just something you never gonna do. You're too vain or too prissy. You need to get off that high horse and tell me roll because that first step
now,
is
ladies
going
and
to
gentlemen,
be big.
here's Johnny.
It's not as bad. Now I like it. I don't like it. Ain't nobody gonna like it. That's all I say. No, I haven't learned. I never learned about you. Who's Blue Ridge? Oh, Blue Ridge! Let me speak on that for a minute because I'm about to get out here. That lady is in a hospital with a child being sick. Okay, an infant at that. Right. Oh, thank you. Kimberly. I appreciate
I appreciate it. That's really lovely. Thank you. Look, you can, ladies and gentlemen, you can applaud all you want. I'm not going to do another 17 years. Thank you. That's very nice of you. And first, I want to thank President Carter for doing the warm-up tonight. Normally, we would have followed tonight Little House on the Prairie.
Papa Doc.
But now we're following the Big House on Pennsylvania Avenue. Now, let me explain how this worked out. NBC, you see, put me in prime time to celebrate the 17th anniversary of The Tonight Show. And they put President Carter on to celebrate the 17th anniversary of the Cuban Missile Crisis. The president just spoke, and he's getting very tough with the Russians. But the Kremlin is not too intimidated. After all, this is a man who barely survived a confrontation with a rabbit. If you tune in later tonight on our regular time spot,
Oh, an error
you will not
occurred.
be on, of course. This is the Tonight Show.
What
Tonight.
happened before?
Tonight, the Pope will be on in our regular time spot. No. This is Monday. There will be a guest Pope. I might mention tonight, during the Pope special, if you try to change channel, NBC will not be responsible.
That's
for turning into
Sheila.
a pillar of salt. You know what's going to happen tonight? Somebody's going to tune in late, not see the Pope, and say, "All right, Carson's gone too far with this sketch." You know, if you think about it, the Pope and the President
I'm
Carter,
sorry,
do have something
y'all.
in
I
common.
apologize.
Both of their successors.
I don't
will
know
be
what
Catholic.
happened to the Wi-Fi. Okay. Play with me, all right? Hey, y'all, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. This was impossible to find. Wow. Hey, y'all, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Hey, Miss MacGyver. Hey, everybody. I don't know what happened. My phone just said boom. Okay. So we're going to take a look at something, okay? I'm going to read something first, all right? And I'm not going to tell you who sent anything, okay? I'm just going to read it.
They got you all
In
painted.
2018, I was in Sam Tilper's chat. Everyone wanted to know who Diane really looked like because she was using a picture of herself that was from at least 25 years plus. Prior as her icon, and she would never cam up or go on panel. In that picture, she was pencil thin, posing with a guy in his better days also. They suspect she's not married to this married guy. And a YouTuber by the name of Euro Hanama, I guess that's how you say it,
Yeah.
found this pic of Diane, which was validated, and posted it on their profile. Diane flipped out when she saw it and threatened to sue her about a legal action.
Fire.
The picture was taken down, but not before we all
There it
saw
is
it, and
again.
I screenshotted it. It's definitely her. I sent it to Mama Bear, who Diane threatened to kill on a live stream. What? Not the sweetheart of YouTube. Yuri? Not that sent me the email, no.
Again.
Mama Bear said that this picture was the real deal, almost current. Anyone had a picture of Diane, but I suspect this one's even 10 years old. Diane is Mama Bear's age. She's 62. Diane, Wendy, and Randy harassed Mama Bear, made fun of her brain-injured daughter, Rebecca. Shannon made disgusting parodies of Rebecca and her mom. Pirate despised Mama Bear, and Rebecca, so to see Pirate sticking up for Mama Bear against shoot the shit is a joke. I could tell you plenty. That crowd all hated one another at one time, and that's why they're chumming together now. Because that's all they have, birds of a feather. And that's why they're coming at you full throttle, because even an army of 6, they can't take you alone. They can't take you down alone, period. Have a great night. Ain't that the truth? Y'all can't do that. Y'all can't ever take me down, forget it. But this is what she looks like. Okay. Yeah,
Ashley Home Store's
I didn't
biggest
know any of
President's Day
that.
sale ever is going on now. Right now, get no interest
All right.
financing for
They're
6
closing.
years. Or
I mean,
save
in
up to
Florissant.
20% on select.
That is Diane. That's her. Okay? That's the face. That woman is not 40. And yes, it is. It's an old picture, early 2000s, but it's more It's more,
Wash these ears again.
that is not a teenage one. That is not a teenager with a liquor drink in her hand. And you lost your mind?
Yeah, I drank when I was a teenager.
As we speak, I suppose they're seeing it back east right now.
Idiot.
As we speak, it'll have happened here.
No, I know what her husband.
How does this work out? As we speak right now, is this?
Laura, no, it's
See
not.
it now.
That is a woman with gray hair. What are you talking about? I'm not. I just can't. Nobody saw the cocktail. I wouldn't lie to. That is Diane.
They sit here. No, they can't.
I have a younger version of it. Thank you.
Oh, I feel
Thank you,
The Moon and Morton Downey Jr. will both disappear.
Okay, whatever. I don't think this woman's lying to. Diane is 62. This. Now listen. Now, this picture is not from yesterday.
Says the moon's coming.
Okay, this is an older picture, and that's what they said in the email. That this picture is the is like as current as it could be. You see what I mean?
People get strange with
I don't think so, because I know that's not the same man. Okay, that's not the same man.
Honey, I'm home. Who's he talking to? And I had
See, Tessa, I know.
a weird nightmare last night. Dreamed I was on the dating
Make my
site
mind up.
and won a
Is
date
it her or
with Leona
not?
Hemsley.
Make my mind up.
Did you see
Y'all
the
just
picture
call me a
on top?
liar.
The stealth bomber flew again today. $550 million
Right.
and was up for a whole
Right.
hour.
I'm not saying that it was honey. I'm just saying that's
And
the
the big
only one that
announcement
I've
this time
gotten.
was that
Somebody
they
sent me
managed
an
to
email.
retract the landing gear.
You see what I mean?
Boy, we're really going
I
great.
didn't go looking for it. They just gave it to me.
7 or 8 more flights, they can turn off the seatbelt sign and hand out the honey roasted almonds.
No, that's not true, Lydia. I do have
But I
that.
guess-
That
But next flight is the
that
ultimate
what's the
test
face is
for
gone. I got the
American
same
flight.
one.
They're going to try to find out if they can see the Grand Canyon out of the right
It's not
side
a
of the
current
aircraft.
picture. That's correct. And that's what they said in the email.
If you ever
They
fly
said
across, they
this
always
is the
say,
picture
you
that
folks
you're
sitting on the
showing,
right side of the
okay?
aircraft will be
And
able
I
to
don't
see.
know when that was.
You don't care, do you?
You can't.
Did you see?
Show all of what.
Did you read? Do you know?
Hold on. Okay, I will. Hold on 1 second, okay? Hold on,
How many
okay?
of you know that the recently
One
deceased Ayatollah
Slow
Khomeini
up, Buttercup.
wrote poetry? And some of it was published in the paper today, and they're publishing his books after his death. And he was some of the loveliest poems ever written. And I've memorized some of them. One of them, there was a young lady named Luz, whose dress styles created a buzz. She made me turn pale when she showed up with no veil. Now there's a neck where a head was.
That's Ferguson.
Oh, he's written many more. There once was a man who was feared, who scratched at a flea in his beard. The flea took a chance and jumped in his pants, and that's why the old man is weird.
Now, let me show y'all something. I think everybody knows about, right?
There was a young man. These are all from the Ayatollah's book.
I think
There
everybody's
was a young
seen
man from
this, I
Tehran
think.
who kissed every
But I
girl
will
in
show it
Iran.
to you, okay?
He plied them with
You ready?
bourbon, unraveled his turban, and showed them where his Hormuz began. I think the Ayatollah
Okay.
wanted to become a poet. He was first
This
inspired
is
by
somebody
Abdullah, the
saying
Islam of
that
Woodstock 20 years ago. Did you know this is the anniversary of
this is
Woodstock?
Diane.
Is there anybody here that was
Okay.
there? Come on,
And
I mean,
you're back.
you watch television. There had to be 40 million
Now,
people saying they were all
look
at Woodstock
clearly.
20 years ago, but nobody was there. Little known fact that Peter LaSalle, producer of the Tonight Show, was
That is
fired
Diane Pageant, okay?
as the producer of the Woodstock Festival after he booked Sandler and Young as the opening act. And having Rick Taylor do the warm-up didn't help either.
So this is that picture, right?
Are you getting a little tired of all the anniversaries
Okay.
of the 1969s that we've had? What? The landing on the moon,
Okay.
Chappaquiddick. They even celebrated the Charles Manson 20th anniversary. Yeah, there are a couple of others that are little known. For example, on this date exactly 20 years ago today,
That
Adam
picture is
West
old.
said,
She's not married
the
yet.
Batman movie is going to put me on top.
I
So the
said, I
12th
think that other
anniversary, you know,
picture
of
is
who's
her
dead?
older. I'm sorry, I just do.
Elvis
This is
Presley.
not a
And the big service at
62-year-old
Graceland.
woman right
Elvis
here,
was there.
okay?
No. I'm 57.
Right?
Yeah. You celebrated by taking
That's
a day
not a
off from your
62-year-old
career
woman.
job
That's
as
a woman in good
7-Eleven night
shape.
clerk in Butte, Montana.
And that's the picture that I have, all right? So,
President Bush is on
but
vacation,
let's just go ahead
and guess who's running the country?
and do it close.
Talk about a Malox moment. The ABC Washington poll took a survey the other day and said 52% of the Americans don't feel that Quayle
Now I'm going to show you something very
is ready to
important.
be president.
This is
I
the
don't know
man.
about you, but I don't think he's
That's
ready to be a
Bob,
contestant
okay?
on win, lose, or draw with Bush.
Yes, I know it is.
How many of you saw a show called The Current Affair the other week?
No, it's not.
They,
That's not her sister.
they
Oh my
had
God, that's not
Roseanne
her
Barr's
sister.
fiance.
That's her, okay, let me tell you. If
And,
it's her sister, then that's the
You know
same
what I'm
one
talking about?
Diane gave me for
and he said he
Jasmine.
had his
Said
name
that that
tattooed
other
on
lady
his
was her. Okay?
derriere and proceeded to
So
show
if
it
that's her sister, that's her
on
own fault.
television.
Because
And
she
Roseanne
gave
Barr in
me that picture.
retaliation said that she also
But
had
Okay.
tattooed all of Shakespeare's plays.
yes, it is a compliment. No, it isn't her sister. Okay.
Plus the entire copy.
So, this is their
Just show you the
investment.
same old story.
And then
Nothing more
if
romantic
you'll
than two lovers
notice,
on a full moon.
this is the same one, okay? You notice. This is with this man.
Tonight we got a good show. We have Julian Lennon.
That is Bob.
Very funny comedian Kevin Pollak is with us. A young actress who I think is working in Stallone's latest picture called Lock Up. Oh, yeah. Darlene Flugel is with us now. Here we are, and we'll be...
What is this?
It is time now, ladies and gentlemen, for a visitor from the East.
Text
Not all
diner,
knowing,
attention
all
between
telling,
these
all
and us.
efficient, famous seer, sage, soothsayer, and former marriage counselor to the Tonight Show
Why
star.
is this even? Oh, shit!
The Magnificent. Welcome, 1,000 welcomes upon your person. So nice to see you again. I have in my hands the envelope. A child of 4 could see these envelopes are hermetically sealed. They've been kept in a mayonnaise jar in Funkin' Wagnall's porch since midday. No one knows the contents of these.
You've obviously had a busy week.
No one knows the contents of these envelopes, but you and your mystical and borderline defined way will ascertain the answers to the question, having never before seen the question. Isn't that right, sir?
Whatever you said, yes.
There it is, envelope number 1.
I will divine the answer to the question.
Hermetically sealed. Funkin' Wagnall's porch since noon.
The answer to the question is Yahoo Serious.
Yahoo Serious.
What are the 2 stages of sex?
Crazy, 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 crazy.
Drugs, fish batter, and SNL executives. Name 3 things that should be beaten every Friday.
That's Diane because there's her email.
M&M,
So yeah.
M&M, M&M.
M&M.
Yeah, right.
How does Mel
Just say-
Tillis say the motel's on fire?
Oh, God, some shade, please.
Turner and Hooch.
And that doesn't mean anything. That's right.
What's the rudest thing you can do to a girl
Please
in a
read it. I
church?
can't see what it says.
Maui, Oahu.
I don't know her husband. That's her husband's name?
How do you say, can I marry you with a mouthful of hot poi? Maui.
Yeah, is it? That's what I was looking at.
He said, shit shack.
Are you tidying up in case of an early exit?
Speaking of early exits.
He goes dum-de-dum-dum, yeah.
I did.
And they're
That's her
off.
phone number. That's her business. If you can't
What
see
is
my
a vet
screen,
you'll
then
have
you didn't
reviewed as
miss
a bull?
anything. Everybody knows phone. Yeah, it does.
French toast.
No one knew her husband's name.
What is a very lonely
No one
Pepperidge
knew her
Farm
husband's
baker?
name. She's not married to the man. Yes, that's a lawsuit. He wrote to that. Yes. Yeah.
Hershey bar.
Hershey bar.
Okay, I didn't show what Anthony
He
said.
stole all the water.
Name Roseanne's chunkier sister.
Right. I
Baja.
think so too. That was my whole. That
Maha.
was my whole point showing that. I think so too.
How does she laugh?
I think it's a completely bogus site. How do you know, Laura?
The winners.
She uses that name. So, like, that's the same picture I have, but she
Who are
gave
the
me
Dodgers
personally.
playing tonight?
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yes. Yes.
Deja vu.
I agree.
Shame on you. Fuck that house.
Shame me for what?
Deja vu.
It's stuff that these people that are living with. I don't know who she is.
Deja vu.
Yeah, I know. You didn't mind one.
Demonstrate a cheap running gag.
Right, Georgia.
A little dab will do you.
I can't, baby. I'm on my phone. I mean, this
What
is
does Dabney
her
Coleman tell his
investment, whatever.
dates?
And the same email that she uses.
I hold in my
Right.
hand the last
Hold
envelope.
on a minute. The same email that she uses, y'all, is the same email that she uses.
That's one thing I remember sometimes. Conrad was like kind of pissy.
May the choreographer of a desert chorus line give your brother one singular sensation.
That's how he blew the stress off when he got so pissed. He
Wet
just
sawdust,
So, I
dirty
agree.
socks, and oat bran.
Well, see, that was what
Name
confused
3
me,
things
okay?
that taste like oat
28,
bran.
because I read this a long time ago. Okay, and that's what I want to talk about. That's why I showed it. And let me explain to you why I showed it. Okay, before everybody freaks out. Is that this has been on
We'll be right back right after
out for
these
years.
messages. Stay tuned.
Okay? Now, the first thing that I think about is, did you say you're an investment advisor? What's that sound like to y'all?
His United States tour this week. He's going to start off with the song.
Honestly, what does that sound like?
This is his third album. Would you welcome, please, Julian Lennon.
That's the same way they scared me with Tarantino. Was certain pictures. She said, was it her? She gave me that. Investment advisors.
Secret wisdom confused and forsaken.
Sounds like we should be good with money, right? She also said she's not from a property person. Really?
Well, Floyd and him was exactly alike.
Say that again for the people in the back.
It's a choice to be.
It's on a free side. That's why it comes out. That's on a free website. A free website. I could take these people back. Yeah, I'm gonna get checked. These people can ask me all that. How ironic. So for somebody that knows money, financial advice, one would think to see if it's like we have a whole family. Denise, say it again. Say it one more time, Denise. What is the big deal? Because I know that, and I know that I just did. That's right. Why did you do that, Stress? Texas. Why are people coming around? Have you lost your mind? Can't say this. That's it. You're right on that. If I stand here, will you stand by me? It's a choice that I make. It's a choice to be. That's right. If somebody did a financial advice.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, that's all right. Okay, I just want to make sure it was. This might be a financial advisor. One thing, first thing on her mind would be see.
You came over, you went, something like that. Something happened.
Well, no, my voice has been really rough. I blew it out last night in Las Vegas, so to speak. And it's hard trying to keep it together on the road sometimes.
Yeah, what do you do when you get to that point? Because that'll happen.
There's not much
people who work in the desert.
So,
Get very dry.
If that's
There's not
true,
much you can do because you're flying all the time. You're in and out of air conditioning, out into the humidity.
let's say that this is
Right.
true.
It just
that's
gets
what
to you,
she
and
does
once
for
you
a
lose your
living.
voice, if you don't have a day off, then you're in trouble, and you sound like
Connecting dots here,
Yes.
Gilles.
How many shows have you played in the last, say, month
This
or
is
so?
true.
Every night?
It's pretty much every day.
Yeah.
We were over in Europe for about a month or so, clubbing it, and then we decided it was time to.
Then
Continue
why
right
is
there.
it so
Good to meet
hard
you and have
for
you on the
her
show.
to come?
Thank you very much.
We'll do this and let your voice relax for 1 minute, then we'll come back down. There we are.
They advise me.
Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. We're talking with Julian Lennon.
You live here in Los Angeles now.
Yeah, I moved here about a year ago.
How do you like it?
I like it very much.
Somebody said you're domestic?
So
or,
she's,
I'm very.
okay,
Really?
let me see if I can connect it with you. Okay. So-
Back up.
Yeah.
Yeah, very domestic.
Somebody said you have people over sometimes to
They
help.
put established and started
Yeah, I've actually
companies,
moved a couple
good
of times
ideas,
since
and
I've
good
been
people
here.
together with people we
I
think
still
might
haven't-
realize the
well, I
prospects
might
and
have found
possibilities
place
of
now,
our
but
clients.
before when I moved into
They were an
Bristol, I always
investment
wanted to knock the wall down.
advisors.
And, I used to have wall knocking down parties at every new house and video it so that I just have it
Okay.
on memory.
Did you own the house at this time, or was
Yes,
it?
I did. Yeah.
It's
Right, I
when
know.
you're renting,
I
yeah.
understand that.
I do go over
I
and do
work
other
with
houses.
security.
Yeah,
It's a wall knocking down.
Here's a question you get all the time, but I feel compelled to ask you.
But here's
When you
the
have
thing.
a famous father, do people expect more of you, you think, sometimes?
Investment advisors
Or does it make it tougher or easier? I know you had that question.
Always
Yeah.
have a story.
Well, I think
You wanna know where your money's
people,
at,
quite a
you
few
know.
people expect me to be
She should have
as
no
equal as him
problem
when
telling
I
you.
start out in my work or talent
She
or
doesn't
effort or whatever I try and
Right.
do,
if that's-
which is a little tough to start out with.
And that's not-
Everybody has to reach their own.
Exactly. It takes time to progress,
Yeah.
gain knowledge. But I mean, the thing I do these days, I used to listen to a lot of people.
That was my whole point of showing
That
that.
would always bring me down.
It wasn't about
Find it very
dogs,
hard.
because that's just.
You
that's-
get find your own
that's
way, don't
everybody.
Very much so. These days, I really don't listen to anybody at all. I just follow my heart and do the best I
Investment
can.
advisors.
I think that's the only way to progress. If you're creative, you got to go with it. We're on tour all the time. Obviously, you have a chance to meet young ladies, I'm sure. Is it tough to form any kind of lasting relationship, or are you more into the music now and that'll come later?
Well, yes, absolutely. I mean, I'm really
That's the first
concerned.
thing they do is gain your
not
trust.
necessarily concerned,
But
but I'm
the trust
really
thing with your money,
100%
you have to be
involved
an
in my
investment
career.
advisor.
And whether it be the creative
She
side or
did
the
lose her
business side,
court cases. She
Um,
certainly
it
did.
pretty much takes up 90% of my time.
I know
And
you're
I
not.
find it really hard to find a balance where I can release the music
Right.
and take care of personal affairs. So it's a little tough at the moment. So I'm married to music. And
Yeah. Well,
very happy.
there's plenty of time for marriage.
Absolutely.
Plenty of time. Plenty of time. Somebody said you had your stepbrother Sean, right?
Yes.
He was on stage with you in New York.
Yeah, I came into New York a day early before the show and sort of asked him whether he wanted to join me on stage.
I'm trying to,
He'd been up there
what I'm trying to show
a couple of
you
years before,
is
but
that
just stood there on the side. But this time I said, well, if you feel like it, mention it. And if you want to come up and sing. And he came straight up, took the guitar, stood in front,
Is that-
stole the show.
Yeah.
He was wonderful.
But you work well together.
Yes, absolutely.
That's nice.
Yeah.
You do something else for us. Is the voice still?
This don't seem.
Oh, I have
Okay.
to.
You know,
Now stay with me here. Okay,
Well,
pay
I don't know.
attention to
This
what I'm
one's a
saying.
little harder edge style.
And this is
The
what
last
she
one
says
we
she
played.
does
All
for a
right, you have to
living
wanna
because
put
she
your-
has said.
No.
That's what she said the other day on she talked about it. What the fuck does she have to say? Don't let that's true. This is all like a whole little picture, okay? If you're an investment advisor, you're gambling money. You got every receipt for every single stinking dollar you get
In your hand. What you know? Why me? That's the first thing. If somebody asks you for where their fucking money goes, give it. And you know that is what people are giving. You see how that works all together? They move money. I can't read the chat now. But investment advisors move money from one investment to another investment. And they get paid to do that. This is not, this is for profit. Okay, I don't know what it's a for profit today. Nobody's sitting there with a giant and that's the whole reason why I'm saying y'all say it's not dying all day. How the fuck do you know?
He's a very funny actor, comedian. You've seen the television series Coming of Age, and Kevin's going to be performing at Caroline's in New York, 24th, 28th of this month. You welcome Kevin Fogg. Good to see you.
Thank you. Nice to be back.
Yeah, welcome. Somebody said before, we usually ask people if they want water or something. You said you wanted tea.
Little tea, cold.
I have a cold, yes.
I feel
good for the
same
throat.
thing. The humidity, not humidity, dry heat, wet heat, too much heat. That's what it is. I feel stupid. That's right. I get a cold. I feel stupid. Reminds me that I don't take care of myself, and I should. I'm stupid. I should do like a public service announcement. Hi, I'm Kevin Fogg. I have a cold. A real doozy. Scratchy throat, watery eyes, stuffy nose. Hell, I can barely breathe. Why am I so happy? Because I'm stupid. It's so stupid I feel.
Yeah, good to see you again.
Yeah.
What is this you want to get off your chest? Somebody said you got
I have a bone to pick.
You got a bone to pick.
I have a bone to pick. Burger King, please don't try to stop me, Julian or Ed. I have to get this off my chest. I'm sorry. I don't trick stop me. No.
What's your beef with Burger King? That's the right word.
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen this happen.
I'm not putting down Burger King.
find this. We're covering our base. Yes, we are.
As far
They're
as
right.
the person, nobody knows.
Yes,
The
they're
only
offering
person
a
that can prove
bagel
that that's not Diane is Diane. Is that
bagel
right?
sandwich Burger King. Now, this might not be exciting. Being raised in Nebraska, we didn't have a lot of bagel sandwiches when you grew up. In my house, we had a lot of bagel sandwiches all the time. Okay, Jewish family, bagel sandwiches every day. So I'm excited about the Burger King's bagel sandwich until I found out what's available in the bagel sandwich: ham, bacon, and sausage in a bagel sandwich. There's a genius working overtime, huh? Why don't they just offer us a Hindu burger? With pictures of the missing cows on the bag. You'd think there'd be one Jew with the board of directors of Burger King that would say, fellas, trust me. Bagel, kid, not good.
That's the whole
Next, Spanish.
I'm not the first one to put that out.
Somebody told me you worked it well.
That shit was sent to me.
Somebody told me.
Yeah, I looked it up though. And let me tell you why I looked it
I
up.
was 16 years old. I don't know if I should say
The
that.
doctors put out info that's not public knowledge. One is the number and address.
I can't say what
Thank
something
you,
is. We get
Thank
it
y'all.
extra.
I just want to make sure y'all know I did not.
I was 16 years old. And I was already working on a stand-up act, doing some impressions and doing some jokes.
Good
I never revealed. So I go and I fill out the application. I give it to the guy with the paper manager at Mr. Impressive. And he has the guts to say to me, well, I'm not sure you're KFC material, young man.
Oh, okay, so you said
So I
you
tried to
were
impress him by doing Captain Kirk from Star Trek, but you don't understand. Chicken is
I don't know.
live.
I know. Like, I don't know.
Did you hang out?
I don't call one.
Did you land that biggie? That big? Yeah, I got that job. Mr. French Fry. That's what they call me.
Back in
Last time you were here, you were
So anything that I showed you that looked remotely
the
like,
voice pretty well, but you
Because I
did the
don't
eye.
need
You got Peter has one eye that's a little
I'm not going to show you.
well, it's somewhere in Wyoming. It's fine.
But my point is that people say that it's going to be this
You were in makeup when I walked in. Let's see, you have to cross your eyes and then look.
That
Then
would
wait,
be
right? All right, so you cross somebody and look and say, oh, by the way, see, this is
I don't want people to think I was trying to do something. I was trying to take a picture.
That's it. But it gives you severe headaches, doesn't it? Keep crossing your eyes like that. It gives you a lot of headaches. There are other
Been
big
talking for a little while. Okay, this is fine.
one in
At the end of the day,
is probably the
nobody
show
knows
Taxi,
what
the character Reverend Jim Ignatowski. Everybody, oh yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's the site we're talking about. Been looked up 627 times. Yeah.
All right,
That's my point. Who's seen it? No.
a little on the side.
Nobody's seen it. Nobody's seen it. Nobody knows what it looks like. So I can even tell me I'm doxing the wrong person. But however, did she not dox a woman that she said was Jasmina and turned out it wasn't her? Did she just do that like 2 months ago?
Yeah, a couple of inside. I don't quite understand it at all. No. You making a movie? Somebody said you were. Well, I had a movie out last summer. This summer I went to see if I could get any new characters for the films that are out.
Let's be clear about it
Star
now.
Trek 5.
God damn it.
I think the cast is just a little.
Did she or did she
It's
not?
gone. 90. I mean, you know.
Shut up. A woman that was not Jasmina.
Cadaver.
Yes or no?
Now, Batman. I haven't seen it yet. I'm not going to give any.
That was a dog. Okay? Let's talk about
a
dogs.
very good job.
That was a
There
dog.
was one scene
So,
I loved.
let me ask you all something. Miss Pillars of the community over there taking up for somebody who ain't knows what it is.
Plays Mickey Vick. And Alfred the butler waltzes her into
Did
the
you
bed
ask her?
where no man
Why
or
did you
woman
dogs
has ever been.
Jasmina or did y'all accept it when it was
Did I upset
dying?
anybody when this
So
happened?
if you accepted it and I saw you all accept it,
I would have loved to see an Albert Brooks.
you'll bring your ass up here and call me a dog. Hear me?
Hi, Becky. How are you? Nice to see you. Just a second, okay? I'll be
Y'all
right
better
back.
press with you because I'm gonna tell you all you.
I'm sorry. I thought you understood the
I'm
concept
done
of secret hideout, but apparently not. That's
done.
for you. I'm
Fucking
allowed
all.
the back, okay?
All right.
You're allowed the
She went to Making Lemonade, whatever. Her website, I mean, her YouTube channel showed that woman, and it looked her up and said her name's Julie. Right? Isn't that
Well,
correct?
again, you can tell somebody else. You can make a silly sound, you get attached, and yet it's not you. They didn't like the.
Did she or did she not do an IP address?
I think even as adults, we hide behind voices from time to time. Like, say,
Did she or did she
in a
not
relationship,
show Midwestern
something
marrieds?
you really don't have a chance to tell.
Yes.
So you
One
ask
or
for
two
her
in
with
the
that little
chat.
baby talk
One or
voice.
two in the
You know the
chat.
baby talk voice. The one you share only with your loved ones, but you know that voice don't
Y'all
fly
better pull
quick
it
with your
together
butt.
because I really
Hey Bob, how are we doing that merger?
I know who's still
Yeah,
going.
late. No, shut up with that. I would be going to bed late at night.
She gave me the same information.
You can't say no to that. Of course, you can't say, but I'm tired too. Back and forth. Elizabeth lets her pants. Well, it doesn't work tonight. Take a break. We're coming right back.
I didn't know you asked, Tom. I'm not talking to you at all.
Okay. My next step is
She doxed the woman that was
this
not.
young lady is making her first appearance, I understand, on any television talk show. She's tracked a gal who was opposite Sylvester Stallone. This later picture Lockup. She was also in The Eyes of Laura Mars, Tough Guys, Once Upon a Time in America, To Live and Die in L.A., Running Scared, the NBC series Crime Story. That's a lot of guys. Wow. Hard to believe, isn't it, I guess?
Didn't have a damn thing.
Well, we'll find out. Would you welcome Darlene Flugel? All right.
I believe. Not bad.
Got a lot of credit, sir. You've done a lot of work, haven't you?
Yeah, it's taken a lot of time. But
In the past few years.
Well, I'm
Can I
sorry.
ask you a question? Don't take this personally.
I haven't.
Most people, if you went to a movie school,
What's good for the
they ask you your name, you say Darlene Flugel, which is
Flugel.
F-L-U-E-G-E-L, which suggests Darlene
And
Swenson,
that's the thing.
Darlene Jordan,
Is
or
that
something
how
like that.
can
Have you
you-
ever done that?
Absolutely, all the time.
And
I was a
then,
model for a little while, and I just went by my first name. And then when I finally
and let
got
me
my
ask
first
you
role
something
in that,
else.
Right.
If we're gonna go back on memory lane
come
for
up
a
with a name
minute,
that's going to go well with that.
Right.
And my grandmother said, "Don't
didn't
you
she show
I
the
don't
woman,
mean in the show,
the
but
woman's
I mean,
picture
in real
that
life.
Jasmina
Of course,
said
because
was
it's part of
Diane?
your history and your culture. So,
When she
people
knew
will say,
that
"How do
it
you spell
wasn't
that?"
her,
They can't
she
even
showed
say it
that
real well.
innocent woman's
Did I
picture
correct
that she
Flugel?
got.
Flugel, you got right. Yeah.
She just called in the eyes, right?
Darlene. Well, you see, I'm
See, there
Yeah,
you go.
remember that?
Can you imagine growing up with a name like that?
not me. I can't. No, I would
Yes,
have.
Torture!
I would have been beaten
Because I
severely
know
every
she
week.
did it because I remember Kit Kat saying,
And I was anyway.
please stop doxing. That's what she said.
I did not realize that we have met.
So she showed that lady's
And I-
picture
I
and kept
remember when
that
somebody brought
picture
my
up there on her screen.
But it wasn't in the business or something. Right.
You never looked at those videotapes, Johnny?
No.
These people aren't even on YouTube at all, ever.
You see, right away they're thinking Rob Lowe.
And Diane showed that picture. So please stop telling me they don't dox over there. They don't go real life over there. They never do any dirt over there. They are dirty as the day is long.
I was experimenting with a new
That's
video.
why I don't really give a shit what they say about me because I'm still better than
As a
them.
matter of fact, we happened to be on the beach and you invited us up and we took some pictures. But as soon as you got behind the camera, you got nervous, which really surprised me. You were very shy.
You know, you're taking.
Yeah, when I put my arm around you for the picture, you
Well,
turned
because you
kind of
never know.
red.
You never know where those things show up.
I know that. They're
Anyway,
not gonna have
it was all extremely background
They
shot.
pulled a special needs
Mhm.
woman from her husband days for content.
Was
What?
You were just newly married at that time, you know.
Yeah, I was at the time.
That's right.
He was in a rodeo.
He's a calf roper. Yeah, he does rodeo occasionally. He just does it as a hobby. He does it.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that attracted me to him.
You know
in the
what's
beginning, 'cause he was the
what's
first
her
man I
because
ever
of her
knew
voice?
who knew how to handle a horse or be around a horse, and I've had horses since I was.
So most girls would say, "What do you do?" The guy says, I'm a calf roper." Would not say, "Hey, how great, you know." Nothing. There's nothing wrong with calf roping, of course. There's nothing wrong with Flugel either. You say, "I'm
I'm just trying to tell you all the scheme of things
So
here.
do you
Like,
go to these rodeos with him?
Yeah, I do. I ride a lot too, and I ride his horses.
No,
I enjoy that. I got into a whole different form of riding with him.
You said you were a model, then you went to New York. You must have been started very young to do all this stuff already in the last few years.
Yeah, I started at 14.
and I know about the whole Rebecca
I was sort of.
Where are you from, Rick?
upstate New
I
York.
know
They
about
don't
a lot
do
of things that they don't know. I know.
Yeah.
I've never spoke
How
on
many
them
people
because
are
really
here
it's
from not New York,
irrelevant
but
to me
thinking?
at this point. But it all
Oh,
kind of
no,
comes
you
back
can only
full
applaud if
circle,
you're
doesn't it?
actually from the
Because
town.
what you put
The
out in
whole
the
state,
world
you don't need that.
always
But if
comes
you're
back
actually
to
from
you.
Binghamton, you may applaud.
Tenfold, baby.
You see?
Oh, there you go. Okay. Well, at least they could say
If
it and
you
they knew
put
it.
dirt
So you just
and
took off and went to New York?
ungodly things and
Yeah, I've been planning
and
to do that ever since I can remember. I wanted to do
bad
that.
behaviors
I
out
was
in
like,
the
At
world,
14,
that
once you
energy
go to a
comes
city
right
like
back
New
in.
York.
They didn't want
It
to.
slaps you in the face. when
Well,
you
my dad
least
was there at
expect
the
it.
time.
And
He
this
was
is
away
what's going
at the
on.
hospital.
And she's not
So now what
gonna
is a
say
young 14?
anything
Where do you
because
stay?
it's
How
hard
do
to
you-
because somebody's
It
ever
was
done
amazing. I'll
it.
tell you, I had one friend in
Because
New
someone's
York,
even
one
made her
photographer,
see her face.
and she
But
was
this
purchasing me and let me stay
for a
at her
receipt, right?
apartment if
So
possible.
she thought she
on
had a
friends' parents. I
cakewalk
moved around a lot.
until
I
finally
stayed within
somebody had
10
enough.
blocks of
And
everywhere
that was
in the
Tiffany
city.
Marie. Whatever her,
Queens,
listen,
Brooklyn,
let me tell you
everywhere.
something. Whatever Tiffany
Modeling is a
Marie's
tough job. Isn't it?
reasons
Everything is very
were,
glamorous, and only a few
Okay.
of these top models really make what you call a really good
she had
living.
every right to say
Did you
it.
do commercials? Were you a specialized model? They have actually what they
Why
call
is it that they can
hand
call
models,
anybody
don't
out
they?
that wants
where
to
girls actually
talk
only
about them all day
go
long?
in because they have
Like they're
beautiful hands or
lower
fingers or
than
something, and that's
track,
all they've ever seen
and
on
they can't
television or in
adhere to the same
magazines.
rules that
I
they
could
have
never
put
do
out.
that. I can't. I'm constantly bumping myself and
Almost
bruises
like-
everywhere. I'm real athletic, so I couldn't
But
stand
isn't that true?
They
They
put
have
on
girls who
gloves.
specialize in just feet.
Can't do that.
Yeah,
in the
feet,
real
legs,
world.
the works. You know.
I'm not
They
gonna
never
let
see
you do
them.
it.
They never could use my
I'm
hands
set
when I
up,
do
and now it's
anything. I
not
had to
my
bring in another
business.
girl and she'd stick her hand
You
on
know
my
why I
face.
made it my business?
Yeah.
Because I
Be
did
somebody
it
else's
so long.
hand.
Once I
So what
realized
are you
you
working on
didn't
right
lie,
now?
it was over for
I
me.
was working with Stylist.
It's a done deal.
Oh,
You're
that
a
was really
liar.
interesting.
You're
I hadn't
scamming
met
these
these
people.
people. And it was, yo, it's right. I worked at yo, hi.
Well, he does talk, but he does that, doesn't he?
A little bit, yeah, sometimes.
So
But it was great working with him because he had a good sense of humor. And we hit it off on that level right away. Fun, joking around.
is somebody playing the piano?
They're trying to tell you, cut her off.
Is somebody right now playing the piano? Yes. I thought so. Is there a reason for that?
Signal.
That means play. Okay, we just have time to wrap it up. Let's see you again. Good luck. Kevin will be Caroline's in New York the 24th of this month to the 28th.
Indeed, I will. Thanks, Rev.
Julian, pleasure to have you.
From Hollywood, The Tonight Show, starring Johnny Carson. This is Ed McMahon and Doc Severinsen, and the NBC Orchestra inviting you to join Johnny and his guests, George Carlin, Liv Ullmann, and the music of Gloria Estefan. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Johnny.
They moved. I can't read the chat. But investment advisors move money from one investment to another investment. And they get paid to do that. All right. This is for profit. Okay. I don't know who said she wasn't a for profit person, but she's a ball face rock. At the end of the day, nobody truly knows who Diane is because y'all have never seen her face. And that's the whole reason why I showed that other picture. If y'all just let me finish, okay? Y'all can say it's not Diane all day. How the fuck do you know?
Once you stand, you forfeited your seat. We sneak somebody in there.
Well, that's very nice. Thank you.
Right?
Feel very close to you. Do not.
Okay?
Too close. Get the guards.
So do you understand now?
I've got some
The
good
reason
news.
why I did
was
what I
listening
did?
to the monologue. We were watching the.
It's not like I was showing some great secret.
I've
Diane.
gotten satellite
It's
in their
because none of
hands.
y'all know.
And they are trying to test it more. And
Anybody can be
three
anybody
times around in space.
on the internet.
Moving this 9,000
And
pound
y'all
rocket.
all need to remember.
I told them. They went up. I said, look,
I can only be
If it was like a duck and ask
Take the Velcro.
Duck is a duck.
if they had Velcro on that satellite, why did they pull it? No, they didn't listen. Anyway, I know a lot of you have been spending a lot
Say
of time
that I
outside
doxed somebody
today.
that I
Really,
didn't dox.
come in here.
I didn't dox them.
And I don't know about the general
Does
electric
anybody know
company.
what that looks like?
I saw
They don't.
one of the executives out there early this morning say, "Get your beach chairs here. Get your gold
And
drinks.
I was putting in a name.
Buck here, a buck there."
And by the way, that's not her husband.
By the way, anybody in
Okay.
the audience
No,
that hangs up
that's
tonight
not her husband.
will be personally arrested by
That's who she has an
Daryl
affair
Gates.
with. I didn't know that. That's what she talks about. She talks about.
Anyway, this is worth
that
going
being
down the
said-
wire, and this is fun. I should point out,
Anybody
if
can
you
look
want
at
to
that
pick up the
picture.
market, the couch over here is for sale. It is a bit worn.
I don't know who Rendell is.
Doc and I, and spent a lot of nights on it when we were having our marital problems.
I'm just trying to make y'all understand
Anyway, thank you. I'll miss you too.
why I did what I
You know
did.
what?
Okay.
We are in, we're finishing up our run during what they call ratings week.
All right.
Where they take
Just
ratings
listen.
from the shows and they hype them. You know who I feel sorry for?
Lyanna
The
said
producer
over and
of
over that that's her husband.
Trying to figure out how to come up with something cheap and trashy for
Well,
sweet weeks.
I know that when I get married, I would want my last name changed.
Well, politically, there's not a hell of a lot going on.
And-
Jerry Brown, you may have heard yesterday,
I wouldn't keep my
went whitewater rafting
legal name.
with two members of
I mean, my
Warren
other name. I would
gang
take
here
his.
in Los
Right?
Angeles.
'Cause I bet you,
True, he took them on a
if I
whitewater
looked
rafting
him
trip.
up, I would
He
see
didn't
his
want to
wife.
go, but he took them. Now, Bush wanted to prove that he can live dangerously too, so he went speedboating with George
Okay.
Hill and Gore Vidal. Not the same. Not the same. You know, one thing I never figured on that I'd quit before Jerry Brown. Jerry still. Jerry.
This is,
Well, song is good. Jerry
I
is
don't know
hanging
where
on,
it was.
not getting much of the vote, but he is still, you know, he's still honoring that campaign pledge.
right, Happy, but I wasn't trying to dox anybody.
Yesterday,
I
he
was
went
just
on
trying to
Jeopardy
prove a point. Okay.
and refused to answer
And my point
rural
is,
leaders for $200.
right, see. And my point was,
Now, what else is in this? Exxon.
who are y'all
Read
to
about
tell
this?
me that that's not nice?
Exxon is say they're selling all of their gas stations in Southern California.
Y'all don't know.
They say they don't make enough money here because their refinery is in Northern California. Since they lost the Valdez, they have to send all their oil down by otter.
I don't know what that is. I don't know all that stuff.
What can they do to me? I'm
Yeah,
out of here.
I've seen this out before. Yeah, that's how I knew to go to it. It's not
I
a dog.
mentioned our chief of police who was supposed to retire soon.
Now, as far as the other person, nobody
As soon
knows.
as they get the wild
The only
horses
person that
put
can
into
prove that
frenzy.
that's not Diane is Diane. Is that right?
You might have seen yesterday, Daryl Gates himself, chief of police, made an arrest
And she's
himself.
not gonna do that.
I think he figures, he's only got a few more weeks before he retires, so he's going to try to get in some big
Right.
name arrests before he leaves. Tomorrow night, he handcuffs the kids from different strokes. I know that's sad.
Nothing that knows what it's saying. Who's saying that dog?
Tonight, you've known Dick Clark for how many years? 40. Dick Clark tonight on television has got a special celebrating the 40th anniversary, hard to believe, of American Bandstand. Dick started in 1952 when television was in its
Hold on a
infancy.
second.
Hell, the wheel was in its infancy.
Thank you, Ted. I
Dick
appreciate
remembers
it.
rock and roll when they actually played it on rocks.
I appreciate it.
Walking against the wind, yeah. How old is Dick now? 62. That's not
Oh, I don't care what they say. They can say whatever. That shit is so old right there. That's that old. That's old. Like, I'm not the first one to put that out. Come on now. That shit was sent to me. But better yet, I looked it up, though, and let me tell you why I looked it up.
Anyway, tonight.
To dogs put out info that is not public knowledge. One's number and address is public. Thank you, Bonnie. Thank you. I just want to make sure y'all know I didn't dox it.
One of my favorite ladies, marvelous actor, Lee Woolman. Here,
Hey, Dan.
marvelous music by Gloria Estefan. So,
Oh, yeah, Jamie? Where'd you get that? Oh, okay, so you said you'd seen the recent picture of Diane. I don't know. Yeah, you know. people want you to show it, but you do the people cry for and say, I know, like, I don't care, man. Listen, I've been called worse by better. Okay, so.
You know how close I came to my desk after my off top of the audience, and I didn't see my pencils there.
Back in 2018. So anything that I showed, did it look remotely like her? Because I don't need you to give me anything. I'm not going to show. I mean, I don't really care what she looks like to tell you the truth. But my point is that the picture that she sent me was the same picture right there, and that picture's got to be at least 20 years old because she's 62 years old. That I do never find. That one in that picture's not 62 years old.
There's one thing we've had on this show, and I think it's been at least.
I don't want people to think I was trying to do something sneaky or underhanded. I was trying to paint a picture here. Okay.
Once in a while, a guest will say, "What's that back there? Let me show you what it is."
I've seen you been talking for a little while. Okay, that's fine.
We have in here.
At the end of the day, nobody knows what she looks like.
And what used to be a pretty good looking rubber chicken. The chicken is getting a little crusty and a little.
Yeah, maybe that's the size she's talking about. I've been looked up 627 times. Yeah.
Symbolic of comedy, right? The rubber chicken. Put that in there. We did a sketch once called General Custer.
That's my point. Who's seen her to know? Nobody's seen it. Nobody's seen her, so nobody knows what she looks like. So how can you even tell me I'm doxing the right person? But however, did she or did she not dox a woman that she said was Jasmina and turned out it wasn't her? Did she just do that like 2 months ago?
No, but somebody is there to punish you. So for some reason we put these in there and they've been there. We didn't just put it out there for good luck. So when my pencils were missing, I thought GE had sold those. Anyway, tonight, Lee Bullman is here, George Carlin for yesterday.
Let's be clear about it now. God damn it. Did she or did she not show a woman that was not Jasmina? Yes or no?
Yes, it's a thinker. This coming Saturday, May 16th, you'll be at the North Carolina School of Arts.
That was a dox.
Okay,
let's talk about a dox. That was a dox. So let me ask you all something, Miss Pillars of the community over there taking up for somebody you don't even know who the fuck it is.
The kids, the young musicians will come in. They sit down.
Did you ask her why did you dox Jasmina, or did y'all accept it because it was Diane? So if you accepted it, and I saw you all accept it, don't bring your ass up here and call me a doxer again. You hear me? Ash, do you hear me? Y'all better practice what you preach, because I'm going to change all your fucking speeches. You hear me? I'm done with the bullshit. I'm done. Fuck all of you. All right?
Roger Maris.
Good night, just saying.
Younger people.
The idea, that's right. You know. Then, let's not forget that she also said that she was on an FBI watch list, right? She went to Making Lemonade, whatever. Her website, her YouTube channel showed that woman and then looked her up and said her name was Pratt. Isn't that correct?
Sound like Peter Herc was bailing out.
Did she or did she not do an IP address?
Anyway, I said I want to stand on a picture. 61 feet.
Did she or did she not show Midwestern marriage?
60 feet, 6 inches. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. 1 or 2 in the chat, mother. 1 or 2 in the chat.
Went out to Yankee Stadium.
Y'all better pull it together because I remember everything. I know who's doing that.
The wind is just right for this piece of material.
So you have to sit there
So
and act
this
like
is
she
one of the
did this.
first things I did where I wanted to go out and see what it would be like as an average guy.
Because she gave me the same information, ladies and gentlemen.
One afternoon for a few plays in their scrimmage. I think you're going to see something with Art Scholl, the stunt pilot. You're going to see a few. I flew with the Thunderbirds out in Las Vegas. I'll just talk to you as we go along. So this is in 1963, pitching.
I didn't call you Ash, Docs for Paradise. I'm not talking to you at all.
That's Elson Howard. There's Roger Maris. Mickey Mantle. There's Elson right there. Man, there comes a fine player. Fine
At
player.
the end of the day, she doxed a woman that was not that woman.
I thought I was going to get killed.
You know what I mean?
I thought I was going to get killed.
So anything I've done is irrelevant at this point because nobody knows what she looks like. You can't say I'm doxing somebody you don't know what she looks like.
The ball disappeared out of the park.
So stop picturing me. And she dogs the woman. It didn't have a damn thing to do with Jasmine.
There's a young guy. Now, quarterback in the New York Jets. I don't remember this line, but he's a
I
lineman.
believe
He plays a lineman. You can see his
Not
name.
only that,
The famous number 18.
okay, honey. Well, I'm sorry.
This is before Joe Namath.
I haven't.
Jets. I think the quarterback was Richard Todd.
What's good for you is good for family. That's correct. Check this one.
We've you man was the coach.
And that's the thing. Is that how can
There he
you
is. Watch this.
and then and let me ask you something else. If we're gonna go back on memory lane for a minute,
Just call a quarterback.
didn't she show the woman's picture that Jasmina said was Diane? When she knew that it wasn't her, she showed that innocent woman's picture, did she not? She just called in the eyes, right? Yeah, remember that?
I don't think so.
Yes or no? Because I know she did it because I remember Kit Kat saying, "Please stop doxing." That's what she said. So she showed that lady's picture and kept that picture up there on her screen. These people aren't even on YouTube at all, ever. And Diane showed that. So please stop telling me they don't dox over there. They don't go real life over there. They never do any dirt over there. They are dirty as the day is long. That's why I don't really give a shit what they say about me because I'm still better than them.
Almost fooled you, didn't I? Cinder track lost all the skin off of both knees because this is out of Indianapolis. Remember one year they had that
I know they do.
Ramjet engine? It's essentially this motor, they won't let you use it.
They're not allowed about it.
So we went out and took a couple turns around the track, got up to 176.
They pulled a special needs woman
This is with
from
our
her mother
children.
for days for content. What?
It was unfortunately killed a year ago.
That's right.
Just a
Yeah.
marvelous aerobatic. Watch this one.
You know what's her because of her voice, honey.
Watch this next one. I would have thrown up, but I didn't know which way was up.
Oh. I do. I'm just trying to tell y'all in the scheme of things here. Like,
1970, I believe. I wanted to take a free fall.
I have.
So we jumped down, that's yours truly in the red suit. We fell for 1 minute. Hello there.
And I know about the whole Rebecca thing.
Tripped off myself.
I know about a lot of things that they don't know I know about. But I know about it. I've never spoke on them because really it's irrelevant to me at this point. But it all kind of comes back full circle, doesn't it? Because what you put out in the world always comes back to you. Tiptoe, baby. It's a tiptoe. People go in ungodly things and bad behaviors out in the world. That energy comes right back at you. It slaps you in the face when you reach the stage.
Okay, we are back.
And she's not going to face up with it. She doesn't have to because somebody's going to hold her accountable. Because no one's even made her see her face, much less hold her accountable for a receipt, right? So she thought she had a cakewalk until finally somebody had enough. And that was Tiffany Marie. Whatever her, listen, let me tell you something. Whatever Tiffany Marie's reasons were, okay?
Welcome, Mr. George Carlin.
Shut everybody say. Why is it that they can call anybody out they want to, talk about them all day long, like they're lower than Pratt, but they can't adhere to the same rules that they have put out
This is
when
my,
you first.
my last
Almost
Tonight
might
Show with
explain
Johnny
it.
Carson, and this is my 105th Tonight Show.
Can't do that anymore. I'm not going to let you do it anymore. I'm fed up with it now. It's not even my
Certainly
business.
not a record. A lot of
You know why I
people
made it
are
my
about
business?
200
Because I knew you didn't go live.
of them.
Once I realized you didn't go live, it was over for you for me. It's a done deal. You're a liar. You're scamming these people, and I'm going to prison.
Operation or something.
Oh, you better shut me up with them seat.
6 minutes per monologue, total of 10 and a half hours. Standing here in the same spot.
Oh, baby. Hold on, y'all.
I could have had sex 3 or 4 times doing that. But it is good to be here. This is the first time doing the show without any pressure at all. I'm hoping they'll invite me back. Commissary, can't say enough about the commissary. Went there again tonight. Johnny the Penguin, Cacciatore, sauteed back groins I had. Very good, very good. And the diced moon. Also, you might be interested, Johnny, a wonderful new restaurant in the valley, top of the schmuck. Have you been there yet? Yes, well, it's a big 15-story statue of a schmuck, and the restaurant is a hat band. You might want to drop it. Really a good place. Forgive me, I'm a little nervous tonight. I only started recently shaving my legs. And boy, that takes a lot of foam, doesn't it? And the aftershave, whoa. But I'm not feeling completely well. I was traveling in Pennsylvania recently, and I was beaten up. Oh, you're from Pennsylvania. I was beaten up by a buggy full of Amish people. I'm not expecting it. Anyway, working on a nice new investment of mine, a roach spray. It doesn't kill the roaches, but it fills them with self-doubt as to whether or not they're in the right house. You know you have a drinking problem when you get in a fist fight over the outcome of Jeopardy. I would like to announce tonight I am no longer saying have a nice day. I got finished with that years ago, but I don't believe you should put the responsibility on a person of having a complete nice day. I'm giving specific short-term well wishes now. I say things like have a satisfying mid-morning or a rewarding post-lunch. You know what I say at 5 o'clock? Have an interesting dusk. Figured out the security thing in our house. For years we had security problems. Put up a sign, pit bull on angel dust. And nobody has come by except 2 guys on angel dust, actually. And as long as we're talking about signs, you know that sign, severe tire damage, do not back up. Well, when you're going through there forward, don't you worry a little anyway?
Sorry.
Maybe they didn't get it right. Maybe a guy on drugs installed the spikes. Well, maybe you're on drugs.
I'm
and
sorry.
You're hoping you're going forward. Yeah, am I backing up?
Yeah.
Well, let me take a look at the spikes. Oh, can't see them. Better back up a little.
She was on the couch.
Have you ever noticed that the Ku Klux Klan has never really...
Yeah, she just was scared, that's all. She was having a nightmare and she fell off the couch.
Just an observation. You know what kind of surgery
I do love her.
Nose enhancement.
A lot of people don't realize really what I have to go through.
See, many of these are not
and
funny.
so when I
Many of
saw
these
people
are
calling me a
honor
dog
system
abuser and things
jump
like that, you know, that really fuck with me. She doesn't have seizures.
I'm hoping that they.
She
lower
does
the
need
drinking
bubble
age.
wrap. Truth.
just wanna see
I
a
need
sign
bubble
of
wrap
God
because
that
it takes a lot. It just scares me half to death, you know.
Some people think of the glass as half
I love her
full.
with my whole
Some
heart.
people think
For
of
real.
the glass as half empty.
I'm sorry, I'm just
I
stressed
think
out.
the
That
glass
just upsets
is
me.
big.
I just hate it for her, you know. I just hate it for her.
If you fall
Oh,
asleep
Lord.
in a house,
She has a
where
REM
there's no
sleep
woman
disorder.
present,
What are
when
you
you
doing?
wake up,
Where you
you have a
at?
blanket on.
Hey. Hey. She's
You know
sweet.
those toilet seat covers that they have?
Lady T, unhide her. Somebody unhide Lady.
They come in packages of 250.
Sadie's okay.
Someone
She's
had to
fine.
decide that.
Come here, baby.
Another one of those interesting observations.
Thanks, Gordon. It's okay, baby. Go get some water.
You know you're in the wrong store
Here, baby.
when one of your
Hold on
personal
now.
checks is framed on the wall behind the clerk.
Here you go, sweetheart. Go get you some water. Come here.
Do you think it's more immoral to
Go
kill
get
a
you some water,
300-pound person
Come on.
or two 150-pound
Come here,
persons?
now. Come on. It's okay.
Why must hailstones always be the size of something else?
Right. When my hair's in a clip, I need business for real. That's so true.
Names are very
No.
important. I think
Honestly, what I need is like a memory foam to go on the floor by my bed.
3 observations and 1 monologue. You know what you never see, and I'll close with this. You never see a really romantic French ballad singer with a
It's okay,
12-cell
baby.
system.
It's okay. It's okay. Until you spray my name. That's what I need, like a memory foam, like I can put on the side of the bed she sleeps on, so when she falls. She fell asleep. It was an accident. So yeah, it's okay. Lady Beekeeper's in here. She didn't hide her. She's unhidden already. It was an accident. Yeah, the dog gets me first. Yeah, she would pop it, I think. Yeah. So I need to. Like, I can't catch my breath. Hold on. She was so scared, and that upsets me, you know.
We're back with George Carlin.
Anyway, my whole point to all this is that if you're not gonna stand by what you say you believe, it scared me too, Fire Chick. If you're not gonna stand up for what you tell other people that they have to stand up to, then in the eyes of most of us at this point.
When's the first time you did this show before I took it over?
Yes,
The party.
my first time on was with my partner, Jack Burns.
I don't know what else to say other than
more fame.
if you lied about one thing, you're gonna lie about something else.
But
and at the end of the day, if you're a financial advisor,
but I didn't want to say notoriety.
you know all about finances. You know about finances.
Yeah, you know what?
You should have those donations of what you donated in a spreadsheet later.
Right, and we wanted to be
So you
nice
split up like that.
He was the
At the end
nighttime
of the month.
newsman, and I was a disc jockey.
Because at the end of the month,
Afterwards, we would
St.
go home,
Jude
we'd turn on
sends you
TV,
an
watch
accounting
Jack
of what you
Marsh.
donated.
And then
Is
we
that
would
not right?
fantasize
Yes, I believe that's so.
mock interviews as what we would say if we were
Why can you not just throw
This
that up
happened
there?
every
Because
night.
I know you
Some
have the
of it very
emails to lie.
just sitting
Stop
there
it.
in our underwear, watching TV.
You know why
watching
you
the
haven't
show.
done it?
7 months
Because it's not going to equal up to what you
amazing.
receive.
I mean, we
That's why.
still stayed in radio 3 months past that. So 4 months after being in the business, in 1960. Yeah, 1960. Jack and I were on. Arlene Francis was the substitute host that night. He didn't get on with Parr himself.
Okay, Tessa, good night.
Then I did it once in between Parr and you when they were testing and trying people. Right. Mort Saul was kind enough to bring me on. And my first time with you was 1967.
Toxic, like, why do you not believe it?
Yeah.
Something was in my mind when you were saying that.
Exactly, Clippin.
Oh, yeah.
QuickBooks is your friend.
Radio station on the first that you did about the Wild
Willie
West.
West. Yeah, the wonderful wino. Wonderful
Wino. That's right.
That's right. Yeah, I used to.
But here's the thing.
Yeah, that was that
Honey?
first sort of incarnation of mine during the 60s.
One called to St. Jude and they send them to her, but why should they send them to her again? She gets them at the end of every month. I know she said that on the live stream.
Kept ahead of the game.
So when she gets them at the end of every month, okay, this is 3 years now, okay? Why at the end of the month have you not shown any of it?
You got the new investment.
Because that's what you said you were going to do, I thought.
Daytime fireworks.
So basically, what you've shown the whole entire community is that you don't even stand up to your own rules that you've
My
made
biggest concern is
and made held people's feet to the
family,
fire,
I
right?
talked to you about my son.
Everybody else has to do it, but you.
Unusual neighborhood.
Yeah, well, he's only one of them. There was, of course, Stylist, Cheech, Akbar, T-Bone, Winslow.
It's beyond me.
Satan,
If I had been in this community longer than I have been, I would have already held your feet to the fire.
Spud.
You got to practice what you preach, or shut up.
Dagwood, I didn't mention
Dagwood.
Dagwood's
Because there's people like me out here that live to fuck
give
people
a
up.
virgin a hot foot.
I can't stand a lot.
Which I never heard.
I never heard of it.
I also can't stand somebody who's
New England's a
scamming
little known
people out
crime.
of money.
Little known crime.
It is. It's a
And I really
misdemeanor.
truly believe it's what it is. Now.
Doing the wave in church.
And I was fair and impartial during this whole thing until you again did not show up. Because you're too much of a pussy
Selling improperly labeled yo-yos to a
to
minor.
admit that you're wrong, to admit that you did
But
anything
he's
wrong.
he had a tough troublesome kid.
Yeah,
and to have to show your face
kitchen.
or
Yes,
yourself
in the
to the
suburbs.
people that has cared about you. That's how you pay all these people.
Yeah, and he had a little dog, and you want to call it Spot, you know, he
That's
called
all I'm gonna say.
Stain. I'm kidding. Not that I want you to stop, but we'll be right back.
Can I ask y'all one more question? Because I'm confused. Why wouldn't it? Stellar said something that really stuck in my head about it all. He said it's supposed to be a celebration when you raise money like that for a charity.
Okay.
I was there when y'all were ready for me to drive her. Y'all were begging me to drive her.
My nephew recently returned from Europe, where she wrote and directed Sophia.
Fuck her the long way. That's right, Stress. Fuck her the long way. Now drag me again over there and see if I don't drag you to feel some more.
Good to see you again.
It's
You've been away a long time.
Yes, I've been.
I know that we need to start. I know that she is. Who's Blue Ridge? They should be singing it from the rooftops. For someone, okay, let me ask you one more thing.
Good bones, right front porch.
I appreciate it, Toxic. Okay, good night, my baby.
This Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
Listen, if she's been a private donor all these years, okay, wouldn't she be proud of it?
Yeah, relationship.
Right. She'd be proud of it, right?
That's where I have my ideas for you.
So I gotta do something. Personally, think someone with her experience will find it easy to scam. Do you know why she found people easy to scam? Because these women in this community are middle-aged. Some are really lonely. Some have lost their husbands or significant others, or have some type of loss, you know. And she feeds on them. She feeds on insecure people.
And it was.
No wonder
She
I like
also
you coming
feeds on
in.
people
You are the best
that
guest.
are meek.
It was one quality there
You know,
that I haven't seen.
She never really stands up to anybody that can really tear her down, right?
You had while you were there.
Because I've allowed her to drag me more than once, and I never really dragged Diane. Because I did have somewhat of respect for her. And I did some fucked up shit, okay? I have.
Not a comedian as an actor,
But it was in response to fucked up shit. You see what I mean? So it's not like I just went out and did some fucked up shit. So, I mean, y'all can say whatever you want to about me, but one thing I've always held is myself accountable for my stupid ass actions. That's just something you're never going to do. You're too vain or too prissy, but you need to get off that high horse, honey, and tuck and roll, because that first step is going to be a bitch.
It's real.
For sure.
He said he'd be angry. He says, "You're out in the hall. It's your
Now I'm just mad at you. Now I don't like it. If I don't like it, ain't nobody going to like it.
He said, they say, come in and you open the door. He says, that's good. You listen.
That's all I say.
It's so much more, and it's so fun.
No, I haven't ran.
Very good director. It's a very
I've never run to you about anything.
relationship. Are you ready for that?
Who's Blue Ridge?
Well,
Oh, Blue Ridge!
my wife with relationships.
But professional. Are you ready to really?
Let me speak on that for a minute, because I'm about to get off here. That lady is in a hospital
You're talking about
with her child being
drama?
sick. Okay, an infant at that, right?
Really, you know, I've and it's that.
Oh, thank you, Kimberly. I appreciate that. You didn't have to do that.
Sweet, real man. Can I read my?
Right. So she emailed the woman, tried to put her on a guilt trip, and said that her video that she just spoke about what was going on with her, and to please get that hospital out of your name and get it away from the drama community. Stop using it for views, right? Because of what she's going through with her own child. You emailed her, tried to put her on a guilt trip to take the video down, then you screenshotted somebody talking shit to you and said that they're using it against you to drag you. They wouldn't have anything to use against you, Diane, if you just honestly showed the fucking receipts. And with that, I'll see y'all tomorrow for part 3. Peace, love, and hair grease, y'all. I'm out.
Yes, actually, the lead in my film, in Sophia, he is a comedian, really, although here he played a very serious part. It's a film about if you can't get the one you love, can you then love the one you pick? And this man, who is a comedian, he played that as a non-comedian, and I think that's how you would do.
A lot of people feel there's only one person in the entire world that they can fall in love with. That's not true. Right?
No, I think you can fall in love with many, but I do think there's maybe only one person, if you were lucky enough.
Yeah.
Was the one.
People get a different reading on you, don't you, being on the show. They just see you in movies. I understand by being here on the show.
Yeah, because I always did tremendously serious movies, suicides, nervous breakdowns, and and that's what I was known for, especially here in the United States. Right. And then I came on the Johnny Carson show, and the doorman in my building, who always called me Mrs. Saunders and thought, I was only on for vacation each time I went to Europe. After I was on your show, they said, "Oh, how are you?" And we have your autograph and everything. I become famous, not from my.
Just being here.
Just from being here.
What is your husband making you?
He's jealous.
Oh, come on.
Oh yes, he's out in the green room. The first time I was here, he didn't bother to come, but now each time I come here, he's out.
Come on, you don't mean a mature man, your husband. Why is it for this show? Being on the show and the attention you get?
Of your charms. Your wife is never jealous?
I'd have to run down the list for a moment, but I don't know. It's kind of a wasted emotion, though, isn't it?
Well,
what do you think about it?
Not wasted.
Does he think that you flirt or something? Does he feel you're flirting?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. But do you adjust with me when you're on the show, or do you naturally, are you flirtatious with other people?
Well, I maybe a little when I was younger. I would, look at them, and it would work. But then, after a certain age, I thought I won't even try to look, because what if it doesn't work? But with you, I feel it works as long as we're here.
Yeah. But maybe if we're married, you see, it wouldn't work.
Oh,
I bet George would agree with this. I think living with a comedian or somebody is not easy, because you have comedians and people who come in a lot of mood swings. They can have very highs and rushes and be very depressed.
But that could be exciting, and one could talk about it.
Yeah, I never thought of that. Yeah, Andy, I think I'm getting that now. Well, we do. Don't you? I think most entertainers do.
A lot of mood
periods
swings.
of euphoria
Yes.
and then periods of deep depression.
Yes, but I don't mind that, because I think people who are really exciting in life, obviously they will be mood swings.
I can't understand. I was talking to my wife now the other night. I says, I can't understand when people say, we've been married 20 or 25 years. My husband and I have never had an argument. And you want to say, boy, that's got to be terrible.
Oh,
What do you
that's
think
very
about it?
sad. That's very sad.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
like it's a perfect marriage.
I argue everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you argue about?
Oh,
You don't argue about money, so you're.
I don't know. Well, now that I was a director and I didn't have to be on camera, I ate a lot. So, I couldn't wait, so we argued about that. And what do you argue?
Little things.
Like what?
Just, I'll be doing something. And my wife will come in and say, I'll be watching television. I'll be in trouble if I start to know that. I'm going to back up off of that, because when I go home tonight, she will watch the show and she'll say, do I do that? And that's what we do. It's like asking your wife when she's angry, what's wrong? And they say, nothing. And you ask again, and then they finally say, well, I'll tell you if you really want to know. That's when I found out you don't really want to know. So I've learned that. So what else is going on? What else is good in your life?
Actually, after I did my last show with you, because as I said, I do always these very serious movies. I even got an offer from Hollywood to do a comedy.
Really?
Yeah, but the crux with it was that it was the lead, but she was to be 80 years old. So I was a little offended by that. And then she was to be very cold and bitchy. And so I thought, well,
What are you doing, a Leona Helmsley story? Oh, all right. You're right. You're right. Unfair to never pick on people while they're in the slammer. Comedy rule number 2.
Well, I don't know. Well, they just thought, I said, I don't think I.
That was occasionally Queen Victoria when she was like 35, didn't she?
Well, they said their only worry was that I wasn't cold and rich enough and old enough. And so, you know, they asked me what, because I was in Denmark doing my film, could I make my photographer do a test? And so I've never tested either before. So, but anyway, I did, you know, like Marlon Brando, and I put cotton everywhere and no makeup. And I looked horrible, and I looked 90 or something with all that cotton. And then I did a monologue. I was really cold and really bitchy, I thought. And the photographer afterwards, she said to me, "Oh my God, you know, when you speak, I get so warm, I just want to embrace you." So yeah, so that was wrong. And then the producer, Ray Stark, it was actually, he sent me a fax saying, "This you look much too young." And that was with all the cotton and everything.
You'll be right.
Go Walk and Skechers Go Walk 5, our most advanced walking shoe yet. We deliver technology in every step, featuring impact-reducing Skechers Comfort pillars, air-cooled Broca-Mat insoles, and a shoe that's now machine washable. We make the best better. Skechers Go Walk 5.
Okay, my next guest. My next guest is one of the brightest stars in popular music, not only in this country, but around the world. This is her album called Into the Night. Like,
Gloria Estefan. Gloria.
Lately, my son, I've been confused. Don't know what to tell you, 'cause it's all such bad news. Lately, my son, I've been discouraged. So I look around, it fills me with worry. What kind of world can I offer to you? Will it only we have a sense, make it through, trying to figure it out, have an answer I can tell to you, but all I can see, is I am here for you, you are here for me, it's an ongoing process, I will take care of you, you will take care of me. We're gonna make some progress. Lately, my son, I feel ashamed. Many things that have happened, and are happening again. Lately, my son, I thought we'd learn. What I see around me, still a very tough world. But all I can hope is to take it as a challenge, to create something new that will take us far. I know that you can manage, just gather some hope, 'cause it's not too late to repair the damage, the way it should be. Yeah. It's so easy to see. I am here for you. You are here for me. It's an ongoing process. I will take care of you. You will take care of me. We're gonna make some progress. Oh, you got to believe. Never be afraid to dream, but follow it through, 'cause it won't get done unless it comes from you. You gotta make it all work for the ones that are coming after you. Your heart
You are here for me. It's in our lonely process. I will take care of you. You will take care of me. We're gonna make some progress.
Good to see you again.
Oh, it's great to be here. It is my pleasure. I want to thank you because this was actually the first show we did nationwide back in '85 with Rhonda. Through the years, you've really been great with us, and I'm really going to miss you.
Well, I'm going to miss you too. Glad you're here. You had in a way, you're kind of lucky to be here. You had a real action-packed tour in South America, right?
Yes.
Venezuela, you were in the Venezuela?
Yes, we went to Venezuela. And actually, right before that coup thing happened, and I had the misfortune, actually, of having a limo that looked exactly like the president's limo. So, yeah. And that was not too popular then, so they kind of fixed things up. They put me in an armored Jeep, and when my limo went out, it actually got stopped by 6 men with machine guns on the road.
That's right.
They checked it out, and then they saw nobody was in there and kept going. The crowds were great. My audiences were fantastic.
And large, too, right?
Very large. And
how many people would you play to?
Oh my gosh, let's see. Well, in Colombia, we played to 65,000 people in the stadium and
65,000 people?
And 25,000 outside. And it was funny because there was a hole under the ground and nobody knew it. And they were jumping up and down so much they were actually moving the stadium.
Incredible.
Yeah, it was great.
Glad you're back. Glad you're safe. We'll be right back. We just have time to thank everybody. Thanks for being here, Laura. Thank you, Liv, as usual, for being with us. And George, I'm only sorry I won't be here for your 106th appearance.
Thank you, John. It's
Thank
been
you.
terrific. A lot of fun.
Great having you all these years. Tomorrow night, Michael Keaton, Martin Short, and Terry Garr will join us. We'll see you then. Good night. the commotion about? I forgot. It's our anniversary show. It's our anniversary. Must have forgotten. We always dress like this. Very nice. Thank you. Like a very large penguin. You like? Yeah. Nice to see out of those Muppet clothes. Welcome to our 19th anniversary show, and you really didn't have to applaud, because when you think about it, what is this program? It's kind of a nightlight for an hour of foreplay. No, not here. No. We have been on the air 19 years, and 19 years really isn't impressive as it sounds. When you think that 16 years of that was commercials. You know what I was thinking before the show when I walked out here? Seriously. In our studio audience tonight, we seat about 500 people. There are some of you who were not yet born when we started this show. And some who may have been conceived during the show. I was thinking, for example, Fernando Valenzuela, the sensational baseball pitcher, was 1 year old when this show started, living on 2 pesos a week. And thanks to the Dodger organization, he's now making twice that. When we started 19 years ago, I never thought I'd be standing here tonight. I thought television would blow over. And once a year, the network allows me 2 hours on prime time. Now I know how the president of Iran feels. So, you know, in 19 years, we have seen about 6 presidents come and go, and 7 NBC presidents. Now, contrary to rumor, I've had wonderful relationships with all those NBC presidents over the years, and they're all doing very well now. They're all air traffic controllers. You know what bothers me? I was looking at some of the clips, not of this year, but of the past years. The only thing that puzzles me, I'm getting whiter, and Ronald Reagan keeps getting darker. It looks exactly the same as when we first started, and that's one of the basic properties of alcohol. And through the wonders of satellite, you know, the Tonight Show is now seen in many countries of the English-speaking world. It's also seen in Los Angeles thanks to a simulcast in Spanish and Arabic. The studio, this show, this one tonight, will be the very first Tonight Show that is seen in England. Now, for you people who are watching across the Atlantic who have never heard of me and don't know who I am, if you don't mind, I would like to take just a couple of seconds to fill the people in England in on a few details about my life. After winning the Congressional Medal of Honor, I, of course, turned down my country's nomination for president. I made several films, won 3 Academy Awards, and, of course, in my spare time, helped develop the polio vaccine. I do want to remind our English viewers, now Benny Hill is a big cult figure over in this time. I do not wear garter belts like Benny Hill. Off screen, that's my business. Well, let's go back to Washington and see where all the humor is. That's where all the jokes are. You can talk about what's going on. You don't have to exaggerate. The government found themselves a little bit of problem, the United States government, this week. They changed their mind about the school lunches. Have you been following that program? Originally, they were going to change the minimum nutritional requirements for the federally subsidized children's lunches. In those rules, soybean could have been substituted for meat. Did you know that ketchup and relish was going to be considered a vegetable? Now, apparently, the administration has changed their mind. The reason they changed their mind, here's what happened. They brought David Stockman in. He's the budget director. He had lunch with a new school program. Stockman got so weak he couldn't even lift his axe. Besides, that was odd. I think it's kind of nice that ketchup's no longer a vegetable. They say from now on, lard will be classified as roast beef. The other bit that might not make you a little better. You know that Nancy considers caviar a junk controversy in their schools, and there's a new program in Los Angeles where they bust white kids in the inner city out to Malibu. It's called forced tanning. You want to hear something scary? Newsweek magazine took a poll this year, and 7 out of 10 Americans believe that nuclear war between the United States and the Soviet Union is a possibility. 7 out of 10 people. Newsweek poll further found out that 7 out of 10 people believe that they'll wake President Reagan for that. Well, what else was happening? Yesterday in Atlanta, former President Jimmy Carter held a reunion of his former administration. It was great to see those familiar names again. You see, Jody Hamill, Andy Pearl. Now wait a minute, that's Cassie Heaton. I always got it confused, you remember? Jimmy Carter said he did not agree with President Reagan's economic policies. He feels it's doomed to failure. And that surprised me because after all, it was President Carter's brother Billy who invented the trickle-down theory. This week, as you know, we have the first Supreme Court justice ever in history, a woman, Sandra O'Connor, took her place on the Supreme Court. You think of her first federal case will be when Chief Justice Berger asked her to make coffee for the boys. Oh, she became the first woman in the Reagan administration to have a gown that cost under $5,000. There goes lunch at the White House. We have an exciting time. We're looking forward to this. We have some highlights of things that happened in the past, and later on, I don't think you announced this. We have, as a surprise, General Alexander Haig. Alexander Gromyko will be out here to discuss the pros and cons of ending the world. We call it have a little bit. Thank you for coming. We'll be back.
This show is brought to you by the new Polaroid Sun cameras. You've never been so sure of an instant picture. And the new Chrysler Corporation. For 1982, Chrysler has defined the quality and the prices America needs. And the DuPont Company. And Armstrong, floors, ceilings, carpets, and Thomas Mill Furniture. Armstrong, so nice to come home to.
These final granules are the start of an extraordinary Armstrong process that results in a form unlike any other. Designer Solarium. Its color isn't just printed on, that's from ordinary forms. This is the depth, richness, and lasting beauty of Designer Solarium. You won't get no wax floor with you. Rapid look of inlaid color.
I always knew it was something special.
Armstrong. So nice to come home to.
Quality and value in a new American car, you must be joking. Unfortunately, to many Americans with responsibilities, it's no joke. Plymouth, yes, Plymouth is changing that with a new Line K. The highest mileage, 6-passenger front-wheel drive car in America. Quiet, built with advanced technology. Plymouth for Line K. The American way to get your money's worth.
Wait, where's my one step?
What's happening?
Nothing, this party's dead.
You're laughing.
They're laughing at the hors d'oeuvres. I got it.
And I worked so hard.
Smile, everybody. Why, is the party over? No, it just started.
Hey, everybody looks happy.
I thought cameras didn't lie. Polaroid One Step brings a dead party to life in seconds.
More hors d'oeuvres, everybody.
They're funnier than the pictures.
Out. Everybody out.
Polaroid means fun.
The One Step.
When I heard that DuPont was building a chemical plant right next to here, I figured it was goodbye gardens. But DuPont installed equipment to minimize noise and systems to control air and water pollution to meet or surpass all local, state, and federal regulations. Turns out DuPont cared about the natural environment as much as I did. Now people come to see my gardens and never realize just beyond the trees, there's a DuPont chemical plant going full tilt. Thank you, Doctor. Well, congratulations. Congratulations. Over spending another year here.
Believe that?
We've been together a long time.
It was October 13th, 23 years. We're coming up on our 24th Christmas.
Never been with anybody for so long.
Dinkas.
Enough said about that, or less said about that, the better. You look very nice, sir. Women always say to men, "You look so great in a tuxedo." Well, why shouldn't we all look alike? But women like that because they look different. They say, "Oh, you must wear that."
There's something nice. I like to be dressed up.
Have you ever seen the band?
Band, so nice. They all look alike for the first time.
They have not dressed like that since I think Artie Shaw's bar mitzvah. It was the last time they were dressed like that.
Beautiful.
We have our best bib and tucker on, wherever that came from. We have seen a lot of television shows come and go in 19 years. A lot of people have been here who've started shows at maybe 5 or 6 years, have gone new shows. And this fall, as you know, the 3 networks are at it again. Competition is tremendous in television, and they have 2 seasons. Sometimes we now have 3 openings of television seasons. And the networks bring on their new shows. And they always say, well, this is going to be new, fresh, innovative, right? And in the case of situation comedies, they always say, they guarantee hilarity will ensue.
Yes.
You ever see those?
Many times.
We have a list of some of the new shows. I do not have time to read these all, but these are legitimate shows.
These are real.
From the various networks. I beg your pardon?
These are real shows.
Of course they are real shows.
I'm just trying to emphasize that in case someone didn't understand it. It's nice development. Make sure they know.
That's right. You buy the premise, you'll buy the rest of it. Now on CBS, we can book the competition. There's a show called The Vintage Years. Stars Jane Wyman as Angie Channing, a wealthy and powerful wine vintner in Northern California, who's respected and feared in the wine country, where her family has lived and made wine for generations. Does that sound good? How about Simon and Simon? Want to take a guess what that is?
Maybe tricked.
You got it. Detectives are back in again, folks. About 2 brothers who operated a detective agency in San Diego. One brother is clean-cut and ambitious. The other is laid back, lives on a houseboat, and prefers wine, women, and song to detective work. Now, what he's doing as a detective to begin with, I don't have the slightest idea.
But they're brothers.
Here's one. Mr. Merlin is the story of Max Merlin, a 1,600-year-old sorcerer who runs a garage in San Francisco. Folks, you want to write for TV? You can come up with something like that. You will have a show, too. Those are a few of them that are on CBS. Now, on ABC, they have a show called King's Crossing. See if you understand the plot. Sounds familiar. A sensitive, fun family drama about the Hollisters who move into a troubled time to find love, understanding, and a new meaning of friendship. You know who's back this season? Robert Stack is back.
Yes.
In Strike Force as the leader of a daring and exciting special investigative unit of young detectives assigned to track down the most dangerous criminals. Here's what I'm looking forward to. Open all night. I'm going to mark the opening of this. I don't want to miss this. Relates the comic trials and misadventures of a grocery proprietor who tries to cope in the face of hopeless odds. Open all night.
Now,
NBC has some good ones here. Chicago Story. An ambitious drama about teams of doctors, lawyers, and police officers caught up in life and death situations from the front pages. You know who else is back this year? Brock Hudson, in The Devlin Connection, plays Brian Chase, the founder of a successful detective agency, who sold his business to become director of a Los Angeles cultural complex. McLean, you know who else is back in television? James Arness is back.
Right.
James Arness stars in McLean's Law as a policeman who returns to the department after several years to work with a younger partner and finds that much has changed. No kidding. Was he on Gunsmoke for 20 years? He's coming back as a detective now.
Mike Connors is coming back.
Mike Connors is coming back. James Garner is coming back as Brett Maverick. So there's hope for us.
Yes.
Those are some of the
Actual shows that will be seen on the 3
Those were actual shows.
Actual shows. I wonder if there are any others that were thought of and just didn't quite make it. Oh, just a coincidence, one of those. I will. I'm glad you brought those 3 pages in. Telling you knows how to summarize. In only 3 pages, you told us everything about the new fall season.
You are wrong. Leave it to Beaver Breath. Now look.
I thought it was going to be rerun, Brett.
I think for every pilot that is made that gets on the air, there are probably 200 to 300 that never see the light of day, never get to the. Now, please get on. You can imagine some of the shows that don't make it. We have, luckily, our staff has gone out and ferreted out. Our staff always does that. Our staff is very good at ferreting, and we found some publicity stills from pictures of shows that did not make it. You will not see this fall. We will show you some of these, and you'll probably find out why they didn't make it. Now, this show did not make it. This is Prudence Virginowski, who stars in Cafeteria Censor. And in the opening episode, Prudence blows a gasket when she finds too many F's in the alphabet soup. That show did not get on. You can see why. Yeah. Well, they try with these things. Now, this was a musical special. This was called Marie Osmond Live at the Diablo Canyon Nuclear Reactor. Show didn't make it. Okay. The public broadcasting system, they filmed a documentary on a health problem threatening the residents of Northern California. This is called Mid-Fly Call Girls. Didn't have a chance. I suppose it was too topical. Are you a little tired of Charlie Brown specials? Nothing against. I like Schultz and Charlie Brown, but they have a Charlie Brown special. It seems like every holiday, and some that aren't even, Charlie Brown and Arbor Day, Charlie Brown, anything. Now, this was a show for the whole family, a peanut special, in which Linus joins the Hitler Youth. After Eva Braun feeds him cod liver schnapps, and it was called Sig Heil, Charlie Brown. Somebody said enough is enough of that. Here, now, here is what they call
right, like when my hair's in a clip.
Ray Charles, the early years.
That's so true. No, honestly, what I need is like a memory foam to go on the floor by my bed.
Somebody else there says, no, I didn't care for it. There's another show that didn't make it.
I love her.
Called the Rip Strong Wax Museum Handyman.
It's okay, it's okay. It's okay. Until you spray my name.
After one of her cheeks blew up. Didn't have a shot.
That's what I need, like a memory foam, like I can put on the side of the bed she sleeps on, so when
this
she
was
falls.
A very bad historical miniseries entitled "Young Abe Lincoln Stares at."
She fell asleep. It was an accident. So yeah, it's okay. Lady Beekeeper's in here. She didn't hide. She's unhidden already.
Now, this was a pilot.
It was an
about a
accident.
Hawaiian private detective who tracks down bank robbers by sniffing their stockings.
Yeah, the dog just went first.
It's called Magnum PU.
Yeah, she would pop it, I think. Yeah. So I need to. Like, I can't catch my breath. Hold on. She was so scared, and that upsets me,
Dealing with the problem of dental
Anyway, my whole point to all this is that if you're not gonna stand by what you say you believe, it scared me too, Fire Chief. If you're not gonna stand up for what you tell other people that they have to stand up to, then in the eyes of most of us at this point,
30 seconds to breastfeed her entire family. This is very, very topical. I don't know why this one. Here's a new law enforcement.
I don't know what else to say other than
Kitchen Cop.
if you lied about one thing, you're gonna lie about something.
Assigned to guard Nancy Reagan.
And at the end of the day, if you're a financial advisor, you know all about finances. You know about finances.
Now, this was a spin-off.
You should have those donations of what you donated in a spreadsheet.
An exciting comedy series about a Milwaukee girl who shares her apartment with Lassie's niece.
At the end of the month.
Called Laverne and the
Because
Bitch.
at the end of the month, St. Jude's sends you an accounting of what you donated. Is that not right? Yes, I believe that's so. Why can you not just throw that up there? Because I know you have the emails to lie. Stop it.
It's very short.
You know why you haven't done it? Because it's not going to equal up to what you see. That's why.
And we've been doing Karnak on this show for a long time. And one night, because I know the answers to the questions, and I know he doesn't. You've got to listen to him. Your laugh goes up here.
Okay, Tessa, good night.
Probably one of the longest sustained laughs we've had in the history of the Tonight Show is this one coming up. Karnak, the Magnificent.
Todd said, like, why do you not believe it? Exactly, Clippy. QuickBooks is your friend.
Having trouble dividing this one?
Sis boom ba. Sis boom ba.
But here's the thing.
Describe the sound made when a sheep explodes.
One called to St. Jude and they'd send them to her, but why should they send them to her again? She gets them at the end of every month. I know she said that on the live stream. So when she gets them at the end of every month, okay, this is 3 years now, okay? Why at the end of the month have you not shown any of them? Because that's what you said you were going to do, I thought. So basically, what you've shown the whole entire community is that you don't even stand up to your own rules that you've made and made help people speak to the Father, right? Everybody else has to do it but you. It's beyond me. If I had been in this community longer than I have been, I would have already gone to the truth. You got to practice what you preach or shut up. Because there's people like me out here that live to fuck people up. I can't stand it all.
Here's a little piece of.
I also can't stand somebody scamming good people out of their money.
Like a movie or something.
And I really truly
Richard
believe
got to
that's what
talking
you
about
did.
his life with his wife, Paula Prentice.
And I was fair and impartial during this whole thing until you again did not show up. Because you're too much of a pussy.
Here's Richard.
She will
To admit that you're wrong,
to
admit that you did anything wrong.
You know, only
and to
it's
have
not
to
real clean
show
as far
your
as I'm
face
concerned.
or yourself to the people that has cared
she
about
thinks
you.
she's cleaned it. You know,
That's how you repay
she
all
puts
these
it
people.
in some what I consider to be tepid water, which is already dirty from a few other dishes, if you don't mind me saying. Swishes it around, runs some filthy sponge around it, and puts it in the rack. Now, in the past, what I would do, see, I'm usually sort of standing in the shadows.
Can I ask her one more question?
Kitchen, sort of
because
watching her.
I'm confused. Why wouldn't Stellar said something that really stuck in my head about it all. He said it's supposed to be a celebration when you raise money like that for a
come out of these shadows, and in the
for a
most
charity.
polite way I could possibly say,
I was fair when y'all were ready for me to drag her. Y'all were begging me to drag her.
She would say something like, well, since you're going to be wearing it in a minute.
Fuck her the long way. That's right, Stress.
It doesn't matter.
Fuck her the long way.
Well, now you see.
Now drag me again over there and see if I don't drag you for good some more.
I'm much more diplomatic now. I'm still in the shadows. Right. I'm still back there. If anyone turned around, they'd find me standing back there watching her. But I don't say anything now. See, I'm real smart about this.
I know that when you start, I know that she is.
Filthy as it is, and put
Who's
it
Blue
in this
Ridge?
filthy dish rack.
They should be singing it from the rooftops.
For example,
For some, okay, let me ask you one
and
more
she
thing.
goes upstairs to bed when everyone's.
I appreciate it.
Everyone's asleep. And the house is real.
Okay, good night, my
Yes.
baby.
Well, me and my little elves, you say. Yes.
Listen,
we clean
if
up
she's
that
been a private
pipe
donor all
every
these
week.
years,
I
okay?
get that thing sparkling clean. There's little bits of egg at
Wouldn't
the
she
bottom
be
of that
proud?
thing. You want to face that thing in the morning?
She'd be
She,
proud
of course,
of
comes down to breakfast the next morning and says, hey, look at the job I did.
Say that again, Southern Pepper. Personally, think someone with her experience would find it easy to scam. Do you know why she found people easy to scam? Because these women in this community are middle-aged. Some are really lonely. Some have lost their husbands or significant others, or have some type of loss, you know. And she feeds on them. She feeds on insecure people. She also feeds on people that are meek.
You are really
You know,
that would be
she never really stands up to anybody that can really tear her down, right?
Are you good with waxy buildup? I mean, is that
Because I've allowed her to drag me more than once, and I never really dragged her. Because I did have some of the respect for her. And I did some fucked up shit. Okay? I have. But it was in response to fucked up shit. You see what I mean? So it's not like I just went out and did some fucked up shit. So, I mean, y'all can say whatever you want to about me, but one thing I've always held is myself accountable for my stupid ass actions. That's just something you're never going to do. You're too vain or too prissy, but you need to get off that high horse, honey, and tuck and roll, because that first step is going to be big.
The frozen joke department pick up some jokes, but you shout. You
Now I'm just mad at you. Now I don't like it. If I don't like it, ain't nobody gonna like it.
Do you use coupons and
That's
all
all I
that
say.
for the special?
I do use some coupons, yes.
No, I haven't
have a
ran.
coupon right now that's worth 40 cents.
I never ran to you about anything. Who's Blue Ridge? Oh, Blue Ridge!
Will you marry me?
Let me speak on that for a minute, because I'm about to get off here. That lady is in a hospital with her child being sick. Okay, an infant at that, right?
Thank you.
Thank you, Kimberly. I appreciate that. You didn't have to do that.
Everything else.
Never go to bed angry.
Right. So she emailed the woman, tried to put her on a guilt trip, and said that her video that she just spoke about what was going on with her, and to please get that hospital out of your name and get it away from the drama community. Stop using it for views, right? Because of what she's going through with her own child. You emailed her, tried to put her on a guilt trip to take the video down. Then you screenshotted somebody talking shit to you and said that they're using it against you to drag you. They wouldn't have anything to use against you, Diane, if you just honestly show the fucking receipts. And with that, I'll see y'all tomorrow for part 3. Peace, love, and hair. Peace, y'all. I'm out.
Did you pick chemical worker? Among all major companies in the country, where does DuPont consistently rank in keeping workers safe from accidents? The answer? First.
Good evening, everybody. This is Walk Right Fly signing in on February 6, 2021, on a Saturday, right in front of the White House. So a lot of you have been asking me if the White House goes dark at 11, I don't think it does. Or some people have said it's confirmed. So here I am to confirm, or to see if that's true, to see if the White House goes dark at 11, so it's 11 p.m. Wow, that is so true. The entire White House went dark. I wish I came a few minutes earlier. But in any case, friends, so I'm standing right in front of the White House right now. You saw that, right, Stephanie? Oh, I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did. So I got here just right now, about a minute ago. I started this live stream. And I didn't think it was true because a lot of you guys have been sending me messages with comments and whatnot saying, oh, the White House goes dark at 11. I'm like, how's that even possible? Because my friend's apartment, my friend's places have lights, have light 24/7. Why would the White House go dark at 11? I mean, it's not the fact that it has a timer. I'm sure it does have a timer. But what I'm thinking is, like, why would it go dark? I mean, does it make sense that it goes dark?
And Wendy's for
Am I
dinner, we
missing
serve
something?
people a variety of wholesome, quality
Anyways,
food. Give an end.
that dark spot that you're seeing in the middle, that is the White House.
Dinner choices like chicken, chili, salad. I actually not making dinner at home. Actually,
Mom and I love
Nobody's home. I guess so. That is so interesting. I wouldn't think so. They work until all hours there. This is the White House. Why would it go dark?
TVG in Toledo.
So anyways, there you go, folks. I've confirmed. The White House goes dark at night. All the signs are gone.
One of the biggest summer box office successes was the movie Tarzan.
Conserving electricity, I doubt it.
The premise was that do a sketch to show what it might be like after Tarzan and Jane. They've been married a few years and in the jungle just a little too long.
You didn't fix the ladder. He's late coming home from work. I'll bet that jungle jerk's out swinging with the boys again. Why were you late again?
Not Tarzan's fault. Fine controller strike. Tarzan almost had mid-air collision with orangutan. Man, it's a jungle out there.
This place is a mess. You haven't done any of your chores.
Little chore is woman's work. Tarzan only has one chore.
What's that?
Empty hippopotamus litter box.
Call yourself a provider. Will you look at this dump?
Tarzan, good provider. Tarzan, get job.
You're completely primitive. You're totally unskilled. You have the manners of a baboon and the IQ of an 8 Where could you possibly get a job?
Tarzan already been accepted at post office.